Dude, have you seen the like the conspiracies about this ice that it's like actually it's like manufactured weather machine ice or snow?
No, but I love it.
Yeah, people are saying it's like bullshit because there's all these like videos of people picking up the ice and trying to burn it with lighters like butane torches and it just turns black, which I'm not a scientist, but apparently there's like these like brainiacs in the comments be like, apparently someone skipped science class, but to me that seems a little suspicious if you're burning ice and it becomes black. That seems like a chemical reaction, right?
Melt.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's microplastics, man.
Yeah, they're saying it's the weather machine went awry, and that's why all this ice
Israel,
is.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
Exactly.
too much shit going on. Netanyahu he's got too much pressure. He didn't adjust the weather machine this year.
Yeah, they forgot to turn it off. Okay, so this is Based Hooligan Podcast, episode 3. I'm joined by my co-host Rune. How's it going, man?
Hello.
Yo.
I'm good. It's we were just talking about the snow and the ice that hit a lot of the country North America, and it's pretty bad, but it may have been fake.
That's what my part of the internet is, because dude, sometimes I'll end up on like just these on Instagram, just these spirals of, and eventually it gets into like the InfoWars conspiracy territory. Yeah. So that's where I kind of ended up this week, of people like picking up the snow and like trying to melt it, but it wasn't melting properly, or so. I don't know. Anyway, so that's all that to say is tonight we are covering Peste Noire, or Peste Noire, KPN, Commando Peste Noire, however you want to call them. They are I would say the second band that comes to mind when I think hooligan black metal. First one being GBK, who we covered last time. Had some great reception to that episode, so I figured, hey, a great follow-up would be the other hooligan black metal band. And yeah, French black metal, medieval black metal, tinged with some classical, also folk elements. So they're an interesting band, and they're kind of one of those, we can kind of get into this later on, but they're one of those bands that when you hear the term like hooligan black metal, it like conjures up this kind of like, like a tough guy, almost like militant, just type of aesthetic or sound or whatever. But when you listen to Peste Noire's music, it's actually very pretty and beautiful. So it's kind of this like, I've always found that kind of like a fascinating thing about the band, is that like from an outside perspective, you see this, all the imagery they use and stuff. Okay, this band is going to be like really abrasive and nasty, and like, which they are in certain elements, but they also have like really like just amazing melodies and classical folk, beautiful elements to their music that I think is really kind of has brought them to the forefront of like the modern black metal scene as like one of the most innovative bands around today. So
yeah, there's definitely a contrast between hooligans and then like the some of the early aesthetics with the band, and even now with the personal aesthetics of the members or member, depending on the era, and then the contrast between that, which is kind of rough around the edges, but the music is really well composed. Even the demos and stuff, like, it's really well composed. It's really pretty. It's a lot of it's very prideful, which is awesome. And it's well, okay. So technically, were they the first band to use the term hooligan black metal? Because that's a song on this album that we're going to be discussing. So Retour de Flamme, hooligan black metal.
I was thinking about that today, because I think in our GBK episode I inferred that Peste Noire might have borrowed that like that nomenclature from I don't know. That's where it gets kind of into like, it gets pedantic. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, when did GBK start using? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't think either band would really say like, "Oh, we invented it." It's not like the Venom argument about black metal, but it's like it's a cool term, and I like that both bands use it because right now, like if a band came out and they just said we are the new hooligan black metal band, it would be, you'd have a lot. First of all, you'd have a lot to prove, and everyone would second guess you. Like, what are you doing? Because it was very natural with GBK, and it fits really well with Peste Noire. So
yeah, for sure. It'd be kind of contrived if a band came out today and called themselves Hooligan Black Metal. It'd be like, okay, guy.
Yeah. And, if someone could correct me, that I know there's somebody that's listening that speaks French. If you could correct me and spell it out like I'm a retarded 3-year-old, like, am I pronouncing it? Oh shit, my mic fucked up. Peste Noire, or is it just Peste Noire? I mean, I know Noir is correct, but
I've always said both.
Yeah,
I think either one works.
But I mean, I talked to people from like Montreal and France, and even the way they pronounce noir is like with that nasally, noir.
Peste Noire.
It's like I don't know. France is French is a beautiful language, and I'm a bit of a Francophile. I like the country. I've played there. I've toured there, and it's beautiful. Places like Bordeaux or Bordeaux and Bayonne and like out in the countryside of France is just it's some of the most beautiful country I've ever seen. Bordeaux was one of the most inviting and amazing cities I've ever invented. And I was walking with a friend of mine, and we were just walking down this cobblestone street, and he just said like he said that building is older than your country, and I was like, that's fucking incredible. And it's just a standard building, you know. It's not like here where everything is trash and like goy slop architecture.
Yeah, it's all balsa wood and shit.
I think that goes into, and I feel those. I bring that up because I feel that, and I talked about the sense of pride with Peste Noire is like you feel those like it feels French, and it conjures those feelings, and I don't know, it's very unique, and they're different than other French black metal, but they definitely sound French, if that makes sense. So
yeah,
and it's I wouldn't be surprised if, like Absurd, if they borrowed some of the melodies and stuff from French folk music, which is fantastic anytime a band does that.
Yeah, I think in some of the interviews I've read with Famine, he does reference some traditional, both like either medieval French era music or classical, even like what's the term, like that kind of around like the French Revolution, the music that was being written around that time conjured, like there's a lot of elements from that music. It's raucous. It's really for classical music, it's really bold in your face. And I think Peste Noire has definitely infused that in their sound, both in a literal sense, but also in like the spiritual sense, because they really embody kind of like what you mentioned, the rural French aspect of they're very one of their later albums is called I think the rough translation is Return to the Pastures or Return to the Farmers, something like that. I apologize, I don't speak French, and I need to. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be butchering a lot of the because I have my bullshit American way of pronouncing a lot of these song titles, as I'm sure most people in North America do who are fans of this band. But yeah, it's like they're really embedded in that the rural, almost like the French peasantry, I think is a good reference point for them. Return of the Shepherds. That's it.
Yeah. Le Retour des Pastoraux. I fucking can't do that, man. I'm gonna embarrass myself further. But,
same.
But yeah, that's they're definitely special. Like, there's not much stuff that sounds like them. There's definitely been some bands that try to do that, and I'm not gonna name names because I don't think they did much more than a demo or something. But it was welcome, just kind of like with bands that try to sound like Argoslint or something. It's like, cool. It's like another Argoslint album, but I can just go listen to Argoslint if I wanted to do that. And that's the good thing about Peste Noire is like they've got such a broad output. You could kind of pull from any of their eras and get a different vibe,
Oh, absolutely. So like they kind of, with this album we're going to be talking about tonight, which is their debut album, obviously they had a couple demos. How many demos did they had before this. I'm on so this is my, I'll just be, I am not that familiar with their demos. I just they kind of missed me when I was getting into this band. I just was so obsessed with this record and the following record. Like to be honest, I kind of missed diving into the demos, and I've always been meaning to go back and revisit them.
You are
visit them in general.
Yeah, so I'm the opposite. Like, I am more familiar with the demos and the early stuff, and not as familiar with the other stuff. So they got 4 demos, and then they've got a split with Somber Shaman, which I think is Somber Path is what that. But that's a band that's been around for I don't know, they were around in like 2000, and I'm not sure. Let me look and make sure those tracks. Okay. Yeah, there were re-recorded versions from Aryan Supremacy for the most part, I think, on that split. But yeah, so there's 4 demos, and then they put out this album. So the early stuff is so good, and then also do you know the Lorraine rehearsal? That's a really good one too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but that's kind of in that. It's got that kind of demo vibe, but yeah, that's what I consider the early stuff. Like, even though it came out after the first album, I put Lorraine with the demos. But that stuff is absolutely amazing. There's a compilation that's out. There may be more than one that's just all the demo material, so you can get it in one spot. But because I'm tracking that stuff down, is going to be hard. I mean, I don't think you can get any of it on Discogs because of the subject matter, but you can look around and find it. But if not, I can send it to you, or you can it's probably not that hard to find. But that's really good stuff. But I really think they peaked with the ballad Contre l'ennemi Francor, which I think is the ballad of the French Flower or something like that. But the green one, a lot of people just call it the Green Album.
I think that's their second LP.
It's the third. It's after.
Oh, it's the third. Okay.
Yeah, Folk. There was a compilation and a split with Horna between that, but that was where I think they peaked. And they kind of lost me after that one. The L'Ordure l'Etat Pure or whatever. It's got it's got the colors of the French flag and stuff on it. That one.
That's when they started becoming a little more avant-garde.
Yeah, and then I just kind of fell off. I followed them until what was the one that there's one that I do not like, and they lost
split?
me. I think so.
That's the one where there was like half black metal, half rap.
Yeah, they lost me when they had like the chocolate face fella.
Yeah.
Where it looked like it was Pest, but from the Dark Continent. I don't know, man. I can appreciate it now because it's just fucking bizarre. And if anyone has the opinion that I should go back and listen to the stuff that's after the green one, I'm going to butcher the French, but let me know. I know a lot of my friends love everything they've ever done, which is fine, and I love it, and I definitely respect what they've done, but their early stuff to me is just absolutely fucking amazing. Some of the best black metal ever. Yeah,
I actually really... I'm a big fan of the Le Retour des Pastereaux. However you pronounce that, that's probably an awful butchering of that album title. But when that 2021, I was just like, for me personally, when that came out, because I totally was not expecting a new Peste Noire release, and I remember it just kind of dropped out of nowhere, and it blew me away, honestly, because it leads into what he's doing now, which is his whole. I think he did a trilogy of. They're he released these really nice. He released them as CDs, but they're accompanied with art, and they're a lot of the music on there is heavily classical influence, a lot of acoustic guitar, still some black metal elements on there, but it was this trilogy of music that he was writing in the last several years. And I think this that Le Retour des Pastereaux, that record informed a lot of what he's doing currently. And I believe he released in 2025 the part 3 of that trilogy, and then I think he also did a box set that put all 3 together.
Yeah, there was the 3 EPs and then the trilogy. I haven't heard any of that stuff. I haven't heard Return of the Shepherds or anything. And again, if I need to go back and check it out, just let me know, because I'm starved for good black metal. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean I 100% recommend that album. It's really great, because the word that comes to mind with that record specifically is it flows really well, like as like a comprehensive piece of music. It's not too long. Like this album we're going to talk about tonight, I think is bordering on an hour, depending on which version you have. But let's see what the official runtime is on that. Because I remember it being not that long. It doesn't.
The trilogy or
no,
the
Shepherds. Return of the Shepherds.
It's minutes.
Yeah, 30. Yeah, so 35 minutes. So it's over half an hour, but it's not like once a record borders or passes that like 40-minute mark, that's kind of when the music has to really be gripping me. So it was like the perfect amount of time for a modern black metal release. And
you gotta keep me engaged, and like, because they do. I mean, GBK does it, and like KPN did it on that first one, the one we're going to talk about. It's it's 51 minutes or 52 almost. So like it's long, and it gets a little long winded, but it absolutely keeps you engaged. So I'll definitely check it out. I'll go back and check that one out, because like I said, I'm always now. Is it a return to form? Is it back to like their standard style, or?
It's still it has a lot of so it's not like the crazy like all over the place stuff that I can never the ballad contre and then l'odeur, all those two, because I remember that was kind of around when he started incorporating a lot more. It wasn't my taste specifically, but I still appreciate those records. But this, the Return to the Shepherds, that one, it has in my opinion, the perfect mix of his black metal and then also his classical and folk influence, without going too crazy on either end.
Like, well, see. So Ballad, that album is perfect, but man, there's a lot of filler on that. Like there'll be just like, some girl talking, and then there'll be one where there's just like some birds and then maybe a poem or something. Like it's cool, but like, I'll be honest, like if I have that in my just like my digital version of that, I've omitted all that stuff so I can just have like just the songs, not the filler, because I love the other stuff so much. It's like, it's a little much, like I like that stuff, but man, I don't need to hear that fucking girl and giving the poem or him doing I don't know. I can't, it's been a little bit since I've heard it, but like, I just remember there's some parts where there's just these brief passages and it fits in context, but I don't want to hear it all the time, because there's so many bangers on that album. But
to me, like those parts, I know what you're talking about, but for when you sit down and listen to one of these records in full, you are by listening to those interlude parts, you are rewarded by you then get some of the like most energetic, amazing black metal passages, and then it will go back into one of those interlude or spoken word parts. So what I think is that it's like, it's all about like, because this band is a band of contradictions. Yeah. So it's about give them the soft acoustic guitar with spoken word, and then blast beats and some of the most insane vocals ever, and then go back into like a classical guitar passage. It's all about it. He weaves composition. Like, he's a very, very talented composer, and I think that's a really underrated element of songwriting. So when you think about black metal, obviously when you learn how to play black metal guitar, it becomes kind of, I wouldn't say easy, but you understand what makes a good black metal riff. Okay, that's one element. So to write a good riff is one thing, but to write a flowing, compositionally coherent song, that's a whole nother beast. And I think a lot of bands, they are great and extremely proficient guitar players or songwriters, but to combine all of that into an entire album's worth of material, I think is what is really impressive about Peste Noire's entire discography, because he really he makes they're statements. They're not just like, okay, this one song is great, or these 2 or 3 tracks are made. Like, the entire record is absolutely thought. Every single piece of music, every single second on these CDs or LPs is thought through, and it's a journey he's taking you on.
Oh yeah, I mean, with this album, I mean, I guess we could just start talking about this one, La Sanie de Six. Dude, I don't know the first album. I cannot pronounce that, but
so this is my I have a phonetic pronunciation of it. It's La Sanie de siècles Panégyrique de la dégénérescence. Right. And that's probably a butchering of it, but
yeah.
Oh.
But, yeah, it's I mean, from the beginning, the cover is fucking amazing, and morons will see that cover and think it's like KKK. It absolutely is not, but it's just it's very stark. And it even looks hooligan, you know what I mean? Like, it's got the kind of it's got the old crest, like the shield with the pirate patch. Like, it's just next to this like beautiful piece of art, and it's phenomenal. And it's weird because the first song is, I don't know if it's like that on yours, but like the instrumental that starts it is really, really quiet, and then it just bursts into the first track.
Oh yeah, and I think that's intentionally done.
Yeah,
because it's one of those things where you almost like you're turning up your speakers to be like, am I hearing this right? And then it just kicks into the black metal, and it just blows you away.
It blows it out. But it is absolutely phenomenal. It's crazy. I was listening back to it the past couple of days getting ready for this, and I forgot like how good of a musician he is. Like, he's like, because I've listened to, I'm a guitar player, so like as a musician and as a guitar player, I really, really like the Green album, the country or whatever, like, or ballad or whatever. That album has got so many great riffs on it. So I think of that one as guitar playing, but then I went back to this one, and I was like, man, he's doing the same thing back then. Like, he's always been that good. It wasn't a progression. Like, I mean, it was, but he was already fantastic. And
have you noticed he does a lot of tapping solos, which I love?
Yes, it's awesome. And I'm gonna get a little nerdy here with sound, but I've noticed, and this is just an opinion, I wasn't there, so I don't know, but it sounds like he's playing a lot on the neck pickup, which gives you a warmer and kind of a chimier sound. And I think I've seen pictures of him playing an SG with a Bigsby on it, or a vibrola, which is a type of bridge with like, it's like a whammy bar, but it ain't. It's like a different kind of whammy bar. It's like the first style of whammy bar, and it's just for a light vibrato or whatever, and he utilizes it so tastefully. You know, he'll do those taps, and then he'll end the solo with a little bit of the Bigsby or vibrola, and it sounds so fucking good. His guitar tone is fantastic. It's super clear and clean. But it's still nasty, if that makes sense. And that comes from being able to write riffs. He can write riffs, and he can compose a song, and that's what's so good. Like, if it was 52 minutes of just standard power chords, like Dark Throne, like black metal power chords, it wouldn't be iconic. You know what I mean? But
it gets tiring after a while.
But man, the compositions, and you could tell he worked hard on it. It's hard to write that kind of stuff, you know. Of course, he had like a more I don't guess there was the lineup on this one. I always think it's more, but Nij was on this one. Yeah. So that guy's a good musician, despite anybody's feelings of what he kind of went into later, but like he was on like
he wasn't on every track. He was on like a smattering, and he played like bass on one track. He did vocals, and we could talk about his vocal performance because it's kind of legendary.
He's great, man.
And he did some of the organs and then drums on a couple of the tracks. So he's kind of like just he has like a smattering of different things he provided to this record.
He's a really good musician in his own right, and and like it makes the whole thing just really really good. And well, I guess the other guy was in Alcest too, the Winterhalter guy. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
think the in the early days of both KPN and Alcest they shared a lot of musicians.
yeah,
And then
but
eventually, obviously, they went their separate ways. But
yeah.
in those the early, at least in this era, I think there was a lot of sharing between at least like session players and all that.
But you can tell that Famine is the main composer. You know what I mean? Because after they split, it still sounds like KPN. You know, so
It has this
like
defined, and it's. I think I talked about this in our GBK episode. Is it right out of the so they did a series of demos, and then leading in that led into this statement of a debut release, and right out of the gate they have an identity that they've essentially stuck to. Obviously, he's incorporated different elements. He's experimented with different sounds, but it's always stuck true to that KPN sound, which I think is so commendable to have like a vision just out of the gate and to know that it will work. And it obviously did, because it's carried them throughout their career for this I don't know. It's like this composition of melody, of acoustic, of French folk, of black metal. Even like some traditional heavy metal elements. It's this like soup that's perfectly melded together to give you the KPN sound.
yeah, I was thinking about that today too. There's definitely just some traditional heavy metal thunder going on this album. Like there's some just metal parts and the metal solos, not just the tapping aspect, but there's some. I mean, his influences are vast. So, and there's definitely some standard heavy metal. You know, there's not many bands that sound like that. Like I don't know if there was anyone doing that kind of thing um before them, like where it sounded so, I don't know, so unique. Like you hear it and it sounds like KPN. You know what I mean? Like it's his playing. So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely unique. And it's like you said, it's like they come out and it's like a statement. This is what we are. So
I think those are the kinds of bands that end up having a legacy. Like it's one thing to, okay, we want to sound like Venom, or we want to sound like Dark Throne, we want to sound like Bathory, whatever. That's fine. And there's plenty of bands that are, not even just worship bands, but bands that have a very defined influence. But then you have a band like KPN that he does have influences, but then he's also creating kind of his own unique world. It's like this soundscape that every time you throw on a KPN record, there's a consistency to what he's bringing in his songwriting, his sound, his vocals. Even the lyrics are just very consistent, which I think is really, really cool.
oh yeah. So it kind of goes through, and some of the tracks are a little longer, but a lot of them are pretty standard, pretty like between 5 and 7 minutes, I guess. But then there's there's a couple that are like almost 12 and 9, and even those don't get boring. You know what I mean? And like they have there's like interludes within those songs, like I was talking about before, and like it almost works better as part of a track than like a
Hmm.
separate track, because it's kind of like that Abigor thing where like they'll just stop, and then there'll be like a sound of like a slamming door or a gate opening or something, and then like they'll go right back into it. It works really well on this album, because they'll have something, and like they'll have I can't remember if she's okay. This is something you may be able to correct me on. There's some high pitched vocals. There's a couple times where
Yeah, it
it's
sounds like a
clearly a
female.
female, but
I don't know.
I think one of those, I can't remember which song, but it sounds like him doing it, but he's doing just like a high pitched falsetto kind of thing.
That crossed my mind today, re-listening to it. I don't know, to be honest. So
Yeah,
it could totally be him, or it could be just a woman they got to do that one part. To be
yeah.
honest, I don't know.
There's no one listed in the credits, I don't think, but
Right.
it's, I mean, it's great. I like it, and this is something else I was going to bring up. We talked about this with with was it with GBK, like how there's like this kind of, I forget the word you use, but it's like a snarky or kind of like pissed off or something, or mocking, like mocking
Yeah.
thing. There's definitely that in this album.
Oh
You
yeah.
can tell in the like even in the French lyrics, like his performance of the lyrics, it sounds very spiteful and like mocking, it sounds, and it's really it adds to it. It's not just that monotone fucking like screaming the same style for 10 minutes, 6 minutes, or whatever. It's a lot of variation and dynamics in the vocals as well.
Yeah, it's that word. So the word snarl is always used by people who write metal reviews of like the vocals are snarling. But I think with his vocal performance, that fits because it is
Yeah.
snarling.
Yeah.
It does sound spiteful. Like he's almost spitting the lyrics out.
Yeah. Maybe that influenced his rap career later on in KPN, but because it sounds kind of like fucking spiteful, and I like it. It's how it should be. Because it gives more feeling to the whole thing. So
Yeah, it does have like this kind of it's that the hooligan black metal. It's like this and I think that's, and I was thinking about it today. So what in essence is hooligan black metal? And I think, and if you were to define it in one word, it's confidence. It's just, hey,
yeah,
this is who we are. Fuck you if you don't like what we're doing. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, just middle fingers and confidence, man. So it's fantastic.
So let's go into some of the standout tracks. So a few of the standout tracks I wrote down is the Le Mort Jeu, the Joyful Dead. That is early on in the record. And that is I would say a definitive Peste Noire sound.
Absolutely.
That has it's the brutal. I would say not brutal as in like this, but it's just you're introduced to the world of KPN immediately in that song.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. That one is like the one, like you were saying earlier, like it kind of has a statement. I think that statement starts on that album or that song. The Happy Dead Man or the Joyous Dead or whatever. Like that song it's perfect, and it's even, I mean, if you want to get kind of esoteric, like that even could be partially like a hooligan vibe, like like not literally dead, but just invisible, you know what I mean? The invisible hooligan, just fucking snarling and revolting. And it's perfect. It's got everything. It's got like, that's one of the songs that, like, if you want to be introduced to KPN, I think that's a really good one, and it's because it's early in the career, and it's got the riffs. It's still got the solid foundation of black metal, and it's not too raw to like turn someone off, but it's very representative of their sound.
And then we got Spleen, which is that's like
my favorite
that's a
song.
fan. Yeah, I think that's like a fan favorite. Is like one of the best KPN tracks.
Yeah, it's that song has always been my fucking standout for this album. Like, I don't know if it's about the organ. I just think that that title is so weird.
It sticks
like,
out because it's like the only English word.
Yeah, and it's awesome. Like, the whole song fucking rules, man. It's not that long. It's like almost 6 minutes, and it's sick, man. And it's got it's got some faster parts, doesn't it? There's some faster parts. It may not be the fastest one on there, but I like it. I love that album, man, or that song. It's so good.
Yeah, what I like about Peste Noire is that their pocket is kind of like a mid tempo, but when they do break into those brisk, almost like highly energetic passages, they hit you where, like, versus a band that's just going like 250 BPM all the time. You kind of lose that contrast of the speed means nothing after a while. But when you have a band that ebbs and flows between, they have the slow parts, they have the acoustic parts, they have the spoken word, and then it blasts you into oscillating between the mid-tempo and then high-speed black metal. I think that's when a blast beat going at full effect is the most powerful, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's just the dynamics with them
Yeah.
is that's what keeps you interested, because it doesn't, it like there's so many bands that do like the folk thing, or like they have the medieval, even acoustic passages, and it seems forced. It's like, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna put some acoustic guitar. It's like, oh, okay, but did you mean it? You know what I mean? Like, did the song need it? It totally works here. And like Ulver is another band that did it. Early Ulver, of course. Like they did it perfectly, and that's got the same kind of vibe here. I know that's like not a comparison that's probably made very often, but as far
No,
as
it's definitely that Ulver is a band. Not to cut you out, but they definitely come to mind when I think of like, okay, where what could have possibly influenced the sound that's present on here. And I think those early Ulver records definitely could have been an influence.
Yeah, I mean it's but it's very original the way KPN does it. It doesn't sound like Ulver, but
Right.
it's got it's the same structuring, and it's very, very interesting. I like that stuff. That's what I liked about the early black metal, I guess that's considered second wave by the nerds or whatever, but like the 90s black metal, like it
the Nordic stuff.
Yeah, the Nordic stuff, and I mean even anywhere like that stuff started to show up. I mean, it was there in South America too, and maybe not in Asia so much, but like it was definitely in Europe and South America, where they would have clean passages and stuff, like, and it would work. Sometimes they're sad, sometimes they're prideful, but but it works, and it definitely works with KPN. But KPN never. It's almost like the same mood with them though. Like there's always this all-encompassing feeling of pride, and then is it pissed off, or is it like
mournful?
Like mournful, I don't know, like sad of like what. I mean, if I was fucking French, I'd be sad at what happened to my country. I mean, I'm American, I'm sad what's happened to my country, but so I could see that happening too, and you could look at that through different eras too, or make comparisons, but that's maybe going a little bit too far.
No, I think there's definitely something to that. It's almost like it's this what's the word? It's like you're reflecting on the current state of the world, and you obviously you have a deal of pride in your country and your countrymen, but then there is like this sort of this reluctant anguish that you have because you want to change it, but you can't. There's nothing. You feel almost powerless. But the music that you're making is almost a statement of how you are feeling in the present day.
Yeah, I mean, and these days you're spit upon for being proud of anything. Pride is like it's a sin. Don't be proud. Don't be proud, guy. Oh, don't be proud. That's a bad word. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, and it comes through when it comes through in music, and it doesn't have to be just like cheesy, overtly patriotic music like the Star Spangled Banner. But I'm just talking about, we talked about it with Absurd. It's there too. Absurd, if you take the vocals and the lyrics out of Absurd, the music still sounds prideful. And it's the same thing with KPN. I would even go so far as to say it still sounds French without the French vocals. Like,
oh yeah,
the sound is there, so there's pride in that, and that's great. I think there's nothing wrong with sounding like where you come from and those influences. So they should be celebrated, not fucking spit on.
Yeah, I would say like the essence of French culture is weaves in every, like the DNA of French culture is present in every aspect of this band, which I think has always been something. I think it's definitely like their calling card of like, okay, this is like there's other French black metal bands, but I would say to like the layman, like Peste Noire is like the French black metal band. They are the
French band. Yeah, they are the French black metal band.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know of any other French black metal bands that are more French than, you know what I mean? Like, it's like what you just said, like they are the even those, like the split, the Peste Noire split, like the self split, and even when he got experimental, that was very, very French.
You know what I mean? Like so the electronic, all that electronic music that he was experimenting with. It's still to the core. It's all aspects of like you could almost see some of that music being played in like a French nightclub or something.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Not in like a fruity way, but you know what I mean, like
yeah.
It's just in a different context, like not in a metal night, but like a dance night or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it also is one of those things where that when it is present, it makes sense. It's like, okay, this is a logical direction for this band at this moment.
Yeah.
So another track that is, I mean, I would say I think it's my personal favorite KPN track is the Duel Angoisse, the Anguished Grief, which is the one with it's the iconic vocal performance where I is that Niche that's screaming where it literally sounds like he's like tearing his larynx.
I think so. Yeah.
That's an iconic performance.
Yeah, that song fucking rules, man. That one's got a lot of variation in it, and it's just yeah, I just checked. He is on that one, but yeah, that song is so crazy, and like those vocals. It's one of those things where like I almost want there to be more of that, but the fact that it's only in like that song, it totally works. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it special.
Yeah, and from like a performance standpoint, that might have been the only time he was able to pull that off because it literally does sound like he is like tearing his fucking vocal cords apart.
Yeah, I mean the lyric. There's only like one stanza, I think, in that song too, but it just sounds like he's just ripping his fucking lungs out, and it's fantastic. So.
And that's another song where it flows so perfectly into that that beautiful like acoustic melody.
Yeah,
it's everything about that song. I think it's not a traditional black metal song, but. Yeah. I think it's, in my opinion, one of the best black metal songs ever written, just because of how well composed it is.
Yeah, this the whole album's kind of like that. I'll be honest, the first time I heard this, and I think I said this about Absurd and probably GBK too. The first time I heard this album, I thought it was, and it was probably because of the length. And I was impressed, but I was like, it's a little bit murky. It's kind of dense. Because it's so long and there's a lot to take in, but the more you listen to it, it's kind of a grower. You know what I mean? But there's nothing negative about it. But it was one of those things where like, an hour-long album is a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of material to take in
for any band, especially these days. Post 2000, internet times, like everyone's fucking attention span is shorter. Like you just lose interest. It's the way our brains are trained, and it's unfortunate, but the more you listen to it, like I've listened to it several times in the past few days getting ready for this, and it's great, man. You can put it on in the background or you can just sit with it and listen, and it's great, and you'll still hear new things all the time because there's so much going on. But it's so good, and there's so many variations and or variances, and that's probably the wrong word, but in the album, it goes back to dynamics. It keeps you engaged the whole time. So it was kind of not what's the word? Not threatening, imposing, daunting at first, but like the more you sit with it, the more it grows on you. See, it takes that long to make the vision whole, if that makes sense.
It's a massive slab of music to sit down and digest in one sitting. I could totally see like just from a initial listening, there is a lot to take in, and I could see how there's certain nuances that you can miss, and that's why the most rewarding records are those that you revisit and I forgot about that part, or because it's impossible to remember every single turn or tempo change, whatever section on a piece of music like this. If that's bordering on an hour, but that's why it's so rewarding to listen to albums. Like don't just listen to a single track like this. These are albums that are definitive statements. Like you listen to them as a whole piece of music.
Yeah, and that's what makes the best albums, and that's why like the ballad album. Like I said, I can listen to it in pieces, but if you're not familiar with the album going into it, you have to hear it in its whole. You know what I mean? To appreciate it. I think those parts are necessary. I don't think that they're redundant or they're trash or filler. It just seems like it now because I've heard it so many times. You know what I mean? But like I appreciate those parts, but when I want to hear the songs on that album, they're so powerful that I just want to hear those songs. But with
you want that instant gratification of okay, give me the black metal right now.
There's so many goddamn riffs on that album that are just fucking amazing, and the same with this one too. But with this album, I like it. It seems better incorporated. You know what I mean? Like it's weaved a little bit better. It's more tasteful. It's not so stark of like, here's another track of a poem, and it's fine, but it works better in this context for some reason, and it does make you appreciate it. And there's a lot of fucking words in this album. Like there's a lot of lyrics.
Oh yeah,
like, which is not always something you see in black metal, and like, if you do, it's like, it's just a lot of redundant bullshit, you know, like it's not very creative. But this is, these lyrics are really good. Like if you translate them to English, which even if with a bad translator online, like it you can tell there's some like passion behind it. You know, it takes a lot. And like you can, as a musician, to like work in that many words to a song, with music that is also engaging and not difficult to play, but not just your standard stuff. That's also very talented and speaks to how good the band is.
Yeah, something that's also another thing I wanted to mention about Peste Noire is how big of an emphasis there are on vocals in this band. Because in a lot of black metal, sometimes the vocals are just an afterthought. You know, the main emphasis is on the riffs, on the driving guitar and drumming, the elements that make up the bulk of most black metal songs. But and with that, a lot of the time the vocals can just be, oh, let's just throw some screaming on and write some bullshit. But the lyrics here and then the vocal patterns and passages there's so much thought put into them that they're almost like the main instrument, you'd say.
Yeah. Oh, I think so. Like the guitar is going to be the main thing, just because it's at its heart, it's metal. You know what I mean? Like it's a guitar driven style, but the vocals and the lyrics, like they stand out more, you know, like even if you don't understand what he's saying, if you don't speak French, like it's still very much, it's a separate thing that you can appreciate. It's definitely at the forefront, which I like that, you know. It's not something that you can always that's done well. So
yeah, and I don't think they've never written a song in English, or it's every single one of their songs is definitively in French, which I think
I mean, they're nationalists. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Or at least they used to be, so that makes sense. And I will always respect bands that say they're nationalists, not even from a political sense, but if you say you're a nationalist and you sing in your native tongue, if you say you're a nationalist and you fucking sing in English, like, and you're not from America or England or something, or like, that's just fucking lame, dude. I get the broader appeal, and there's nothing wrong with bands that do that, but it shows more. It makes me take you more seriously. You know what I mean? It's like Absurd's different. You know, I mean, they do kind of both, and like, I love the crude English. It sounds fucking awesome. It's just as cool as the German.
Oh yeah.
So, but if you just out of the gate say we're a nationalist band, you should sing in your own language. It's awesome. You know, like bands like Honor and I don't know why I just picked them, but like a band like Honor who's Polish. They've released English versions, which I appreciate because Jesus fucking Christ, the lyrics are amazing. And but the true version to them is the Polish version. You know what I mean? And like, and I think it would sound out of place with Peste Noire. And I think that's why that song Spleen did like look so bizarre, because it's English. I mean, I don't know what the fucking origins of that word are. It might be Latin or something, but it looks like that's a word I can understand.
Right,
it doesn't look as a fucking uneducated American.
It definitely sticks out because, you know, like not a native French speaker or French speaker at all, which actually a little bit of so in college I actually took French, took 2 semesters of French specifically to be able to understand Peste Noire lyrics better, but it still makes no sense to me at all, and a lot of good that the 2 semesters of French did. But that was like that's how nerdy I was about this band. I was just like, I need to know what's being said in the
I've got
context.
friends that did that with Japanese because they like Japanese hardcore so much. I mean, I failed 2 years of French in high school because everyone took Spanish. It was just like the fucking thing to do in high school. And this was in the early 90s when I was in high school. So like it's everyone took Spanish and it was boring to me, you know? And of course nowadays, like, I don't know why they don't just teach it in America alongside English, but that's another story. But the French, that we had French and German, but they wouldn't let you take German unless you were like in college courses or whatever. I forget what it's called. Like but like you had to have a certain GPA. But so I took French, and Jesus Christ, is fucking weird, man. All the like everything has a gender, like, you know, like like a door is female. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it was a very daunting language to try to learn.
Well, I guess they do that in Spanish too, but it's a beautiful language.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, man, I cannot speak it. I fell in love with a couple of French women on tour. You know, those one night romances.
Yeah.
But man, there's something about the French language, man. Like, you could be just fucking reading a recipe card for something really mundane, and it sounds completely romantic. So,
and it's cool because, like, in a black metal context, you'd almost think that because it's a very romantic sounding, flowing language, but in the context of this band specifically, it just is such an inexorable part of their DNA that I can't imagine the music that's present on this album accompanied by English lyrics. It just would not work for me.
Yeah, it's well, I guess it is what one of the what they call romantic languages. So I mean, it makes sense. But yeah, that is another contrast in the band. Like, you've got these beautiful melodies and beautiful words in a beautiful language, but it's like really vile, you know, from a you know, a layman's sense, like vile lyrics about death and decay and even pride and stuff. Like, it just sounds very beautiful in the French tongue. So it's I don't know. I like a lot of French authors too. Luckily, we live in an age where we can have things translated to a different language. But yeah, it's there's something about the way these guys do it. It's the execution, and I'm sure it's intentional. You know, and like you said, it would not be the same if it was English.
Yeah, I think another word that was coming to mind when I was on my most recent listen to this album was medieval. It's a very medieval sounding record.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And that fits in with the standard, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that fits in with the standard, like, black metal kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like the medieval sense of, you know, castles and battle and that kind of shit. But
it's not in like the cheesy way either. It's like genuinely feels like a medieval. It's like it sounds medieval.
Yeah, it sounds like like being in a fucking tavern after a day of fucking prideful warfare. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And lamenting death and love and all those emotions and stuff that come along with it. And that's human nature. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing. Even though, you know, black metal's supposed to be about death and anti-human. I mean, come on, man. We're all human beings, and like that speaks to you, you know. So it evokes emotions. And the medieval, I'm sure there's a name for that style of music. I don't think it's Baroque. I should fucking know these things, but like medieval, I don't think medieval is a type of music, but like it's definitely a vibe, and these guys have it. So
have you ever listened
to see if he? Sorry, it would be interesting to know if he studied any type of formally studied any type of French music or French or theory in general. I mean, the guy's a hell of a musician, but it'd be interesting to see to find out if he studied any type of period type music. Like that.
I'm sure, yeah, because it definitely just. I'm not that familiar with a lot of the music from the era that's being referenced, but if it does exist, like, I don't know, sheet music, because obviously there's no recordings of that.
Come on, man, you don't know about the 1300s, dude?
Yeah, exactly. But like, if it does, you know, exist, or if there's some kind of reference that for music that was being played in like the French countryside from the medieval era, it's definitely it's present on this record.
Yeah. Now, what were you going to ask me? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I was just speaking about the medieval black metal. Have you ever listened to any of the Antique bands, that French label Antique?
No,
There's
I don't know what that is.
they're a newer label. They have this one band called Vehemence. I don't know if you've here. Let me hold them up. I don't want to derail too much, but they're really cool. They're all their lyrics are in French, but it's like very medieval sounding.
Let me look this up real quick. I'm listening.
It's more just straightforward black metal than Peste Noire is, but it's in that kind of same vibe.
Oh yeah, this looks awesome.
Yeah, you should check them out. They're really cool. I think
Antique.
they have.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm looking at that now. See the picture that you just showed on the camera doesn't look near as cool as the album cover that I'm seeing now. Like it looked like it was drawn with a crayon on the video.
Oh yeah, I think.
Yeah, this is cool, man. Were these guys in anything else? Huh.
This is their other record, or delay. I think is how you pronounce it. Again, I apologize. I'm butchering all the pronunciations of these. I probably sound retarded.
Yeah, this looks great. What style is it? Is it's black
It's just
metal?
like straightforward black metal, but they kind of pitch it as medieval black metal. That's like the marketing they have for it. They're great.
We'll check it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it just that band, Vehemence or whatever, or
there's a couple other bands. There's like I think
a lot of stuff.
There's a Russian band called Pasime, I think is how you pronounce it. They're I think a couple of those players are in like a brutal death metal band, but then they formed like this like epic black metal band. So it's like dudes that are normally playing like extremely technical, brutal death metal playing black metal. So it's kind of interesting how their playing style translates to. And I think if you pull up Antique on Metal Archives, that band should show up. Pasime, I think is how you say it.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I'm gonna check this out tonight. I definitely want to check out Vehemence or whatever. Their fucking logo is fucking killer, man.
Yeah, the logo's with the V.
Yeah, it's the V, and it's a fucking crest with swords. And
I've been trying to track down one of their shirts. So if anyone listening has a Vehemence shirt that they want to sell me, please reach out. basedhooligan@proton.me. I will buy one.
Medieval sagas and fantasy, huh? No, they don't dip into like the fruity stuff, do they? Like, is it?
No. It's straightforward black metal, and they're awesome. Like they're not like a lame new black metal. Like as far as like modern black metal goes, they're one of the bands that I stand behind. They don't
like stand around with like swords and with like goofy beers and stuff. Like
I don't even think there's like photos of them. No.
All right. Like that. What's that band?
Agriculture.
I think it's like. It's got some tranny in it, and it's like a fucking. He's holding the sword, and he's like we play black metal.
No. It's nothing like that. This is actually it's pretty serious.
No, I mean I wouldn't think you would listen to something like that. But, I have to vet everything, man. I can't let this shit in. You
can't waste your time.
There's so many subversions in our society. You have to filter the shit out, man. So
well, I remember when those two records came, and I don't want to drift too far from talking about KPM, but I just remember when Vehement was, because when they released their most recent record, I believe was 2022, I think, I could be wrong, or 2023. It was pretty hyped. Like there was a lot of people talking about it and posting it, and I was just curious because I was like, okay, because there's that death metal band. Vehemence, I think is like they're like a 90s death metal band. So I was like, obviously it's different, but I was like, okay, let me look them up, and I was actually shocked with how proficient the music was, because it's
interested.
It's really good. It's it's like blasting.
Yeah, French and medieval, like you're speaking my language, man. So sounds good. So, you mentioned earlier that you said depending on which version, are there different versions? I mean, not format-wise, but are there different versions of the album that we're talking about tonight, the first Peste Noire, like where there's like different tracks or something, or what's?
No, I think there's some versions that are slightly longer. I don't know if there's like different. I don't think there's like different versions entirely, but some of the uploads I've seen are like slightly longer. So I don't know if that's like extra dead space in between. But I think for the most part it's all the same material.
Like the first edition CD or whatever. I guess, did it come out on vinyl? I mean, everything's on vinyl now. Oh, I guess it did in 2009. It looks like.
Which record?
The one where the La Sanie de siècles.
Yeah, I have the vinyl.
Oh yeah, you showed that earlier. Yeah. Is that the 2009 version or?
No. This is
the Le Mezzanie Harlequin version.
Yeah, this is a recent repress. Apparently, getting his. So I bought his from the website. It was like LMH Frere. And it started getting with all the tariff stuff. It's been getting really tricky getting KPN stuff into America because of all from what I've seen, the shipping costs are just exorbitant. Like
it's always been like that, man. The first time I ordered for him was that album that came out. Let me see which one it was. I think it was like the blue one. It was the one after the green one. I think he put it out himself.
Is that the self-titled?
I think so. Yes. That thing cost me an arm and a fucking leg, man. And it was just a CD. But it came in that like A5 or whatever. It was like a big thing. So like...
Yeah, he likes doing like unconventional packaging for his stuff, which is pretty cool.
Those are great, but his distribution in the States is bad, which is fine. I mean, if you want to keep it in Europe, I respect that. But man, like I paid for the shipping and it was ridiculous. And I can't even imagine what it is now. Like,
yeah, when I ordered
some people that just straight up won't sell to you if you're in America because
I know.
of tariffs and shit.
So I think I ordered the hoodie in like 2021. And back then, this is embarrassing. I'm pretty sure it was like over $100 to import it.
Just the hoodie? Wait, you had to pay? Wait, why?
Because I think it was expensive to import it because I think the shipping fee was like 35 or 40 euros or something.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was pretty high.
Like just the shipping alone was 100, but
no,
fine. But like, the shipping nowadays is fucking crazy, man. Like,
with the tariffs, it's insane.
It's. Like I ordered a record from I may have mentioned this before. I've been complaining about it for a while. I ordered a record before that shit started, like the week before or the week it started, and like I didn't get it till last week. Like whenever Trump did the fucking the stuff, because this dude he was in Belgium, and he's like, I don't fucking ship to America until this stuff gets done. So they had to wait until they got new forms. They had to redo all of their forms just to do it. So it's a fucking mess. And I know a lot of fucking lefties are just like, don't do anything. Like, oh my god, the tariffs is so terrible. But like, I mean, things have to shift sometimes. But it does suck, man. But you know, not everything is. You know, you're not going to get everything immediately. But it's ridiculous and it's getting expensive, which sucks, man. Because
I mean, a lot of the
underground,
most of the stuff I order is from European distribution, so now it's getting very, very hard to get.
I mean, I working class guy, I just like to order music, and it's getting expensive. It's not like and it used to be where it was a little bit cheaper. You could afford to just add a couple things on, and spend the money. But now with shipping, like if you add a tape to something, it's ridiculous. So, but there are labels that are just Northern Heritage does this like religiously. He's like, okay, you're going to order this and it's going to cost this much to ship. You can order this much weight more and it's going to cost the same, so you can add a tape or something just to make it worth your while, which is great. But I don't know. I feel like America gets the shit into the stick with a lot of the stuff because it costs a fucking ton of money to send anything these days. Yeah,
importing stuff is such a pain in the ass, and I always do appreciate that when dudes who are running either labels or distros kind of reach out to you and be like, because I have had not with Northern Heritage but other dudes that ship out of Europe. They'll be like, "Hey man, like, are you sure you just want to order this one shirt? Like, it's gonna be like it's gonna be 40 euros regardless. So do you want to get like a CD?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll get like a LP and like a CD or whatever."
Now's the time to pick up something that you may not be able to find over here. So
yeah, it's and dude, Euro distros get the best shit, dude. American distros don't get any of the cool stuff, at least for the stuff that we're interested in.
Yeah. Northern Heritage is pretty good about sending stuff. He's another one that will say, and I like it when labels do this too, is like they'll send you the CD without the case to save on shipping.
Yes.
And Northern Heritage will do that. I swear I've gotten shit inside of a week. And
dude,
like,
speaking of, look,
it just comes in like a letter. Oh, cool. That looks like that's what happened there.
Yeah. This was just.
Say that? What is that?
I don't even. This was from a trade.
Is this some styro?
Dude, I've had this for over a year and I haven't opened it. So
you don't know what the band is? You're waving it around.
I don't know the band. No.
Oh, okay. So it is styro.
There's this. This is the front, and there's no logo.
Oh, okay.
And the only thing on the I can't say the band name, but just because I can't pronounce it. But dude, I just got. Have you ever listened to Forefather?
Is that the band from?
They're from they're from England.
I was thinking, yes, okay. Forefather's weird. I'm weird with English bands. Forefather has been around for a while.
They have,
and I liked their first one. It was they were kind of styro, but there's something about it. Like English black metal doesn't always, it doesn't really do much for me. And but like sometimes they'll get it right. I think Deep Into Time was the one
that's the first one. Yeah, the one with the wolf on it.
Yeah, that one's really good. And
this is the Ingla Talk Me. So it's dude, I sound like such a dork pronouncing this stuff, so I apologize. But I think this is their 2007 record. I just got this in today. What I try to do, so like I have a ton of LPs, and I'm kind of as jaded as this is the sound, or as jaded as this sounds. I'm kind of like, I wouldn't say over buying LPs, but I'm just like, the excitement is gone for me. Like I pretty much have gotten all my favorite records on vinyl. So it's like, okay, what else is there? I had never dove into, you can get anything on CD because it's super easy to press a CD. Pressing a vinyl, now it's a little bit easier, but there's so many great records that are just never going to be pressed to vinyl. And remember just going on Discogs and being like disappointed. I was like, damn it, like this isn't this. If it's available on LP, it's like $118 plus shipping from like Belgium or whatever. So I was like, okay, let me just start importing CDs. So I got this for like, I think it was like $9 plus, like it's super cheap. So I was like, let me just start buying. I have like a small, but I'm trying to be. I don't want to just build up a junk CD collection. Like I want to be quality over quantity. So I've just been slowly getting some stuff. So anyway, this is a band I always wanted to start collecting their stuff, but I don't think any of their stuff's on LP. It's so.
Well, I don't even think I made it past. Who put out this? I don't think I heard their second one. Yeah, The Fighting Man. I just heard Deep Into Time, and I may have written them. I can't remember, but like looking on Discogs, they put out a lot of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah,
they're definitely. I would say they're bordering on styro, but I'm kind of in like a styro mood recently.
Have you heard the first album?
Oh yeah, I have it. Deep Into Time, the one with the wolf on it. Yeah, I have that. Yeah,
that stuff's really good. But...
And we mentioned Nachtfalk. I got a couple Nachtfalk CDs recently.
So my thing with, as an old timer at this point, like my thing with vinyl these days, and I've worked in a couple of vinyl factories over the years. The quality is not the same now.
No.
And just because something is on vinyl doesn't mean it's worth owning. I know about audio engineering, and I know the way they do it these days is just to make a product. Like the biggest bands in the world, like Taylor Swift and pop musicians, like their records sound like shit. There may be some audiophile versions, but your best bet for that kind of stuff is digital. But like I consider black metal like an analog format. Like it just sounds better, and like these days, like the something is lost in the communication. The process they're using sounds like shit, and I probably
It's very
said this
sterile
before.
sounding.
Yeah, well, it sounds compressed and shitty, and it's not as loud. Like I think I mentioned this before. Like it might have been in the first episode, but like my albums that I have from like Somber Records, the old German label,
Yeah.
like Inferno, Moonblood, like all those bands that he put out, like Maniac Butcher, those records are really, really flimsy, and really thin, and they're so much louder than new vinyl. That's like it just sounds like shit, man. It sounds absolutely terrible. So like I collect music, but I collect music that I like, and cassette is always going to be my favorite format. I like to record on cassette. I like to listen to cassettes. It's warm. I think it's warmer than vinyl a lot of times. It's what I grew up on. But there are certain formats that lend themselves better depending on the album. Like some albums that you don't want to turn, like you don't want to stop in the middle of it and turn it over, like the tape or the vinyl. It just flows better. You know what I mean? Like I don't own any Peste Noire on vinyl. Like I've never owned. I thought about buying Ballad, but just because I like it so much. But it's like it takes it away from it. I don't want to stop in the middle of it and turn and flip the record. And I mean, I'm just not one of those people that like, no, and I don't mean any offense by this, but vinyl got, yeah, see, I didn't like the artwork either. The reissue art is kind of shit. But
yeah, I got the one with the patch.
Oh, you got a patch. Cool. Is it? Why is it on your battle vest, bro? You don't have it on your battle. You got to go to war to defend your virginity.
Well, it's kind of a weird. It's like a square patch, and it doesn't really. I was like, I don't really put patches on anything, and it doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't wouldn't flow well on a battle jacket.
Yeah, but yeah, it's does that make sense though? That like the fucking format. It just
100%.
Like if you have an old metal band like Slayer or something like or Celtic Frost, Hellhammer,
it breaks up the flow of the record.
It breaks up the flow if it's a band where the flow is important. Like with Peste Noire, the flow is very important because you can't really I have to go back and look like, oh, it's this track. Oh, that's track 7. I thought we were only on the 3rd song. You know what I mean? Like because it flows so well. There's not that break between each one. So that I think does something to the format as well. But it's unfortunate that vinyl is just a collection thing for social media now and it's a consumerist thing because it's really hurt the rest of the world and those of us that really enjoy the music because the quality, it's just about getting it out. And it's not the fact that I think the underground labels that are the most passionate, they're the guys that can't afford to pay the top prices to have things sound really good, and they get pushed to the bottom of the stacks. Like they're like a bird, and they're like, well, we got to get this out of the way. We need to get this out of the way so we can press 6,000 more of this pop artist. So
if you're just doing like
quality control is just out of hand bad. Like
dude,
I worked on some albums for some really big fucking artists, and I was in quality control. I was like, hey man, this sounds like ass. And like they're like, oh yeah, that's you're not listening for that. You're listening for audible dips and like things that don't sound right. I was like, no, but this sounds like shit. There's a lot of surface noise.
That doesn't matter.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. It's gonna sell. It's like $35 at fucking Walmart or something. It's like, oh my god, like,
dude, the recent Metal Blade presses for the last like 5 years are embarrassing.
I imagine, man.
From an art like the art is like compressed. It's awful. It looks like they're using like a low res JPEG for some, and these are like classic records.
That?
Like I got for one of my birthday a couple years ago. Someone got me a tomb. I have an old Tomb of the Mutilated, but they got me a new pressing of Tomb of the Mutilated, and the artwork is like it looks like they scanned a CD and blew it up.
Oh.
It's so bad.
Those albums, man, I forgot that was on Metal Blade. Yeah, like those old Cannibal Corpse albums of what Vincent Locke, I think is his first name, Vincent.
Yep,
like those
Vincent
paintings
Locke
are fucking amazing, man. Tomb of the Mutilated is absolutely killer. Butchered at Birth, like those don't need to be like pushed down. They need to be like full.
There's a richness to that color palette.
Yeah.
That you lose.
He was an analog artist, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Even the fucking the EP, the Hammer Smash Face EP, like with the it's just like a skull with a candle on it, and like that's even killer, man. You know, like it's analog art. You know, it's not digital at all, and I don't know why they would do that. Metal Blade's a huge label. Like,
yeah, they can afford it.
Why are they wasting time? But I think a lot of these labels use the same artists, and if you've noticed, and this is getting way out of KPN territory, but like there's like labels that have like, if you just kind of squint your eyes and look at all of their releases for a year, it's almost like they're pulling from the same palette. And like Century Media was always really bad at that. Everything kind of had this like weird, like shitty color. And then Metal Blade was like that. Nuclear Blast always kind of had these like pastel and really bright colors and stuff. And I don't know why, but for the past few years, when metal has gotten so friendly and fucking just fruity and friendship and all this shit, like there's a lot of like lighter colors, like purples and yellows and soft, and all the people have gotten so much softer, and it's like there's no fucking attitude anymore, man. It's just like they're fucking holding hands and jerking each other off. It's fucking disgusting, man. Like death metal. I'm talking about death metal bands that are
yeah, no, death metal's a joke now. It's gone.
Fucking terrible. That's why I get so excited when I hear new good death metal, and it's like not fruity and not like a purple whatever. I don't know what it is with fucking purple and yellow, but and it's probably just in America. I don't know. That wouldn't surprise me. There's probably no European death metal bands pulling from like a pastel palette. So you can do that and be good. I mean, fucking Megadeth did it, but like that looks evil. You know what I mean? Like fucking. Or
like those even like, what is it? Far Beyond the Sun, that Sacramento cover where it's like purple and like purple and blue. That still like looked very evil.
That was like, that might have been the one with Necrolord on.
Yeah, I think that's a Necrolord.
Yeah,
cover.
that guy. But yeah, see, he did a lot of classic ones. He worked in that color palette a lot. Like he did. He did Emperor, didn't he? Didn't he do?
I think so.
Eclipse?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's a cool purple. I'm talking about like the tranny purple, like the resistance purple, the lavender. You know what I mean? Like that don't belong in black metal, man, or death metal. And I
said far beyond. It's far away from the sun. I had to correct myself.
Yeah, you were thinking of Far Beyond Driven, dude.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Keep Pantera off this fucking podcast. No. We won't have that conversation. Don't worry.
No.
But yeah, like I don't know what it is, man. But it's all of metal just kind of, and just stuff in general started, like, I don't know if it's laziness, if it's just the consumerness of, that's not a word, I don't think, but the consumer attitude of everything, and it just makes it easier to fucking like to palate and just it's disgusting. So I don't mind, circling back to the original topic, I don't mind paying a premium for something that's going to be premium, but it's too expensive to take a chance anymore to order from Europe. I don't mind paying for, even $40 for a nicely packaged CD from France, but if it's going to suck, then that's a waste of fucking money. And you're not going to, if you resell it, it's not going to cost as much. People don't trade anymore. I don't know why the fuck. Maybe they do. If you trade, fuck, let me know. I used to trade constantly. But things go in waves on Discogs, where like there's so many labels where it's like they have album drops, and if you're not there when the drop happens, like, and then
it's $150 the next day.
Immediately $150. Like, motherfuckers will put it on sale after they check out, and then like as soon as I wouldn't, if I was doing that hustle, like I wouldn't even take it out of the original packaging or just slap a new label on it. That's fucking ridiculous, man. That ain't underground at all. That's a job, that's making money, and that goes against anything that you should stand for in this kind of scene.
Yeah, the key with that for those hype releases is you just put it on your want list on Discogs and wait like a year. And those guys who couldn't unload it for $150 get desperate. Then you lowball them and be like, $40.
Yeah. I mean, I've done it a couple times and gotten lucky. Is like there's a record now that I know I'm gonna have to pay a couple $100 for. I'm not gonna pay fucking $800 for a record though. Like some people do that shit, but like there's an Italian band. I want this fucking album so bad, and like I'm just not gonna pay that much. Let me see. I'll have to look this up. But like some people do it, man. And it's here we go. Berserks. It's an Italian heavy metal band. This is the best shit ever if you're into this kind of stuff. The median for this record, $232. That's ridiculous.
Which was it just like a very limited press? Is that why?
No, it's just fucking rare. Came out in 1982. It's some of the best. It's like heavy speed metal. It's fucking amazing. My friend, he knows who he is. He turned me on to it. And they only had one album, and it was this one. The band is called Berserks, and it's a self-titled LP. I think there's only one pressing of it. Yeah, there's only one pressing, and that's it. And it's fucking killer. I mean, you can listen, you can find it around. Like, there's no bootlegs of it. It's just, it's just around. You'll find. I got a rip of it from a friend that has one, but man, like the highest ever sold for was $535. I'm not gonna pay that, dude.
Okay, so it's like a cult. It's like a cult item. Because if people are willing to pay that, then it's...
Yeah, there's 2 copies online right now. Both of them are from the same guy in Italy. He's selling both of them for fucking $550 after shipping, dude. Like 50 of that is shipping. That's ridiculous, man.
You know those guys just throw them up there and just be like, just set it and forget it. Like one day, 5 years from now, I'll randomly get a PayPal notification for $500.
Yeah, he says these are in mint condition. So, but yeah, that's I don't like that. I hate that happens, man. Like that album has been on my want list for like so many years. I'm never gonna own that album. I would love to have it, but you know, like
maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe you'll find it in half-price books randomly.
Yeah. Like my other big want is an original of the Thorns, Airy Descent, and the Ulver Mysticum split. And I think that the Mysticum Ulver goes around for maybe $100 or so, probably more now because people are fucking consumers. But like I've always wanted that. I'd pay $100 for that just because both of those bands mean so much to me, especially Mysticum. But I don't get it, man. With new bands, you shouldn't be paying $150 for a record that just came out.
Yeah, no, that's
on
ridiculous.
Some label in China or something. Then the shit is terrible. You know, like most of those albums that come out on those big drops from all these labels that do that, it's like, who's buying that? It makes me think of these just like rich, like club kids that are just into metal, like what they used to call designer drugs. Like they just fucking have the credit card and like they just sit around, take ecstasy and fucking collect dumb shit and go to clubs, and the kind of people that buy vintage t-shirts, metal t-shirts for fashion. You know, it's like, ugh, I just don't understand it, man.
Yeah, that's who you wait to drop out of metal so that way you can buy their entire collection.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible. I've severely cut down. I used to have like about 1,500 CDs and about the same amount of records or more a few years ago, and I cut my collection in half.
Oh,
my
wow.
tapes are I still have way too many tapes. Like I'm 6'2", and my collection, I have these things in drawers of like 30. There's like 30 per container, and they're stacked, and it comes up to like my chin. Like I'll take a picture and send it to you, man. I have a lot of fucking tapes, but like
I need to get my tape game up. I barely have any tapes.
Tapes are great, man. Demos, man. They used to be everybody put out demos, and you would dub them at home and send them out, Photoshop or photocopy the covers and cut it out and send it. That was great, man. I mean, my best experience to this day of that was buying the first Black Funeral demo.
Kinko's Cult.
Yeah, exactly. I miss dude, I was in Kinko's today. Well, now it's called FedEx Office.
FedEx Office, yeah. I still use that for work.
Yeah, I went to fucking Kinko's FedEx Office, whatever, today. I fucking miss it, dude. It's just like, so you could bootleg anything there. But I
can you still use the like Xerox machines there?
Yeah, you just have to pay by the minute. It's fucking ridiculous. Like I ran out of ink on my printer, so I had to print out like 5 pages. It was $2. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it's a lot for what it was.
5 pages. That's crazy.
And they default everything to color laser paper. So, but yeah, like I bought the first like Journey to Horizons Lost in the back of Metal Maniacs from Mike Ford and it was like $5 plus shipping, and you get a tape. And my friends have the same tape from the same era, and it looks different because this is whatever printer was out that time that he used, or whichever Kinko's you went to or home printer, and then you just got it like this like shitty folded up thing kind of crammed into a tape, and a dubbed off tape, and it was $5. That's the best stuff. Same thing with Pantheon. You like that band, right?
Oh yeah, Pantheon's sick.
Yeah, like I used to write Rubius 13 a lot back when they first started. I got so many tapes from him that were just like that. It was just printed out, and it's like handwritten letters. And back then, you would fucking get they would like, oh, we're working on like a new song, and this is just with that band, but any band you wrote to and got demos, like they dub you off something. It was like, well, here's 2 rehearsal tracks. Like I miss that shit, dude.
I'm trying to find my copy of Pagan Nuclear.
That's that's like my least favorite one. That's the one with
I also have
Aryan
Aryan Rebirth on vinyl too.
Yeah, that band is top tier, man. I could do an episode on them alone. So
we should. I've actually been listening to a lot of their early stuff because I think there's a new CD coming out it's a double CD of all their demos.
Yeah, Vinland Werewolf is reissuing. I just ordered all those that he just did on CD because I think that they got remastered or something, or there's different mixes. I know the material that was on the split with Absurd is a mini CD that's like hard to find now, and I think they remastered it for this release, and that material's fantastic. But that band is just absolutely incredible. There's nothing that sounds like Pantheon. And I don't know what was going on with Pagan Nuclear. It's crazy. I mean, it's good. It's bonkers, but
yeah, it's wild.
It doesn't sound like anything else they've done.
That's why I like it.
It's crazy. That band rules, man.
I love the cover art too.
Yeah, but I miss the underground. I'm fucking old. I miss tapes. I miss tape trading, and I miss all that stuff. But whatever, you got to move forward. But KPN has still got that spirit to me. That's why I asked you about the fucking that new album from or not the new one, but the Shepherd's one or whatever. Like
no, check it out. It's really I would say that's my honestly that's probably my 3rd favorite record from them.
Really? What's your 2nd favorite?
That's where I was trying to. They all kind of revolve. Like depends on the mood I'm in. Yeah. I would. So my favorite, it goes between either La Sanie or Lâché Diabe, I think is how you pronounce it. That's the one that's purple. That's the one that came out in 2015. I don't know. I think you probably.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've got that. I have that one. Yeah, I think that was the last one I bought. That one's really good, man. I was surprised at that one, so I take that back. The
material on that one is awesome.
Yeah, that's really good. I think that one they had a there may have been a promo video or something.
There was.
That might be where I saw the footage of him playing a fucking SG with a Bigsby on it, man. That is I think it's like in a barn or something.
It's like a rural.
That album's good, man. I think that was the one after the one that I paid an arm and a leg for, the blue one,
the self-titled.
Yeah.
People always forget. I think that's like their least talked about record, the self-titled. I don't know why.
Because no one could afford to buy it, man.
Yeah,
it's fucking expensive.
It's like unattainable.
I don't have the split with Diapsequer. I'm not a fan of that band. And I don't hate them. I just don't. It's just not my thing. And,
they're a very weird band.
Like does that band have members
from Kickback?
Vega? Oh, I didn't know that. That makes sense.
It's one of the dudes from Kickback is in that.
Oh,
okay. In that band. Do you are you a fan of Kickback?
Oh yeah. I mean, before they got this new resurgence too. Like that's
same.
One of my close friends is really into hardcore, and he got me into those guys. Like I like the energetic stuff, and Steve Bess is such a good fucking front man. Yeah,
he's incredible. And one of my first tattoos ever was a Kickback tattoo. So
really, I didn't know that.
Big fan of them.
Yeah, they're really good. Does Vega share members with that band? You know that band? They have that album Cocaine.
Let me check real quick. That sounds familiar.
I did not like that when it first came out in '98. Yeah, they are French. It's got. I don't think they share any members. They might. They might have members. It's the same vibe. Like Vega is very. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. They're Italian and Norwegian. I don't know where I got French from. My bad. So anyway, that's really good stuff. I didn't like it for a long time, and recently a friend of mine, he said you need to revisit that. And if you look it up, it says experimental black metal, experimental electronic ambient. It's nothing like that. I don't do drugs. Like I've never been into drugs. But someone said that album, it's called Cocaine, and it is what it sounds like in your head when you shoot cocaine into your veins. So if you're into that vibe, you should listen to that album. But it's got a very French vibe to it. But
yeah, it's very like urban. So the thing I wanted to also mention with that split specifically, so KPN is the rural French mindset and sound, and Diapsequer is like the urban French. So it's like the just how I've always felt about the vibe of that split. It's like the
that makes sense,
coalescing of those two vibes.
Was that intentional, you think?
Possibly. That's just in my head. That's how it's always come across.
All right, someone should let me know.
Let me know in the comments
if I should revisit Diapsequer, because I mean I've got friends that like them, the same people that got me into Vega.
Yeah, they're a very cult band, in the sense that like they have a very small but dedicated fan base.
Yeah, like it's one of those things. Like I heard it when it came out, and I just wasn't into it. I'm much more open minded now. Like I used to be I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm very close minded, but I'm more open minded with black metal these days, with experimental stuff. I just couldn't tolerate it back then. I used to hate anything with drum machines unless it was like Mysticum or something. But,
I love drum machine bands.
It has to be done with taste. Again, like being a fan of and I've done music production for a living. Like it takes it, like it has to be done tastefully. You know what I mean? Like
I like when it's very blatantly a drum machine. Yeah, I don't like when the drum machine is trying to mimic.
That's very U.S. black metal. Like 1996, we learned power chords and bought a fucking Boss drum machine. It sounds like shit. Now there is something to be said for that being done well, because it's so fucking autistic. But like, what is that band? They were from Texas, but they like sang in Norwegian. And
I'm not familiar. That sounds insane.
Man, fuck.
Is that a 90s black metal band?
No, maybe their name is Norwegian. God damn it! I wish I could get the taste.
That sounds like a extremely misinformed, like ill-intentioned idea.
Dude, it's just retarded. It's just so retarded, and I didn't like it when it came out, but I listened to it with a friend of mine a few years, maybe 15, 20 years back now, and I'm like, this is brilliant. Like there's one, I think he only did maybe 2 or 3 demos. There's one demo where every single song has the exact same drum beat, and it's all on drum machine, but he just changes the riffs. Yeah,
he just copied and pasted his drum track.
It's so fucking great. I can't remember it off the top of my head, man, but I will tell you, and you should put it in the comments later, because it's fucking fantastic. It's not for everybody, but it is fucking great.
Hell yeah!
I bet I can find it before we get done. But yeah, I like that. I like when it's like it just sounds insane. That sounds good. So if it's like that with Diapsequer, I could like it. I'm assuming it's drum machine with those guys, right?
It says programming. It's been so long since I've listened to them. The most recent material I listened to them was the KPN split, and from my memory, it is a drum machine.
I need to revisit that split because
that's one of those hard to find releases.
I don't know that I've ever actually heard that split, because I used to be so just against that band, and I may not have liked it, or may have avoided it because I saw that the guy was in a hardcore band. I didn't like.
Oh Kickback, man, but Kickback does not count as a hardcore band. They're beyond
I know,
that.
But back then, you know what I mean? Like I may have been like, so that mean.
See, Kickback has always been they're like the hardcore band that noise people like.
Yeah.
And
like,
that whole and I've always kind of considered them. They weren't necessarily a part of the scene, but kind of tangential to the whole like 8000 Belgium, like Archangels, like what was that other band? Congress, all that. Are you familiar with all those bands?
No,
like the Hate Edge type stuff. It was like
No, it sounds like it's up my alley though.
Oh yeah, I'll send you kind of like a greatest hits of that.
Teach
the whole
me,
hate thousand scene. It's basically imagine it's like it's Slayer riffs with hardcore vocals. It's pretty. That's pretty much the whole like Archangel is probably the Archangel and Congress. There's also I think Regression is another one of the bands, and then there's this band called Sector. There's a band called Vitality, and I think another band called Sector.
I've heard of Vitality. Yeah,
Vitality is awesome. They have this. I think one of their albums is like Green Skulls. It's awesome, but it's. They all have that like very that trash can snare, which a lot of bands are trying to do. That. They're trying to do that now, but they do not capture that sound whatsoever because that sound like the very like pingy eggshell snare. That's a time and place. Like if you're trying to replicate that now, it does not work because those bands back then it was like I don't know where the origination of that like eggshell snare sound came from specifically in hardcore, but so many bands, I think Snapcase might have been one of the first bands that was doing it, but then a ton of the Euro bands just took that and ran with it.
Did you ever Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. It just basically like the whole the Hate Thousand scene is Euro hardcore, but I've always Kickback was not a part of that, but they were kind of they were like a tangential, like they're their own thing. Like Kickback is just one of the. We could even do an episode on Kickback one day. I would love that because they are such an important band to a bunch of different parts of subgenre. Like there's people that like them from black metal, there's people that like them from noise. Obviously they have like the hardcore fans, there's people that like them just from out, like they don't like any other hardcore except for Kickback. So they're they're a band that kind of captures all aspects of a lot of subcultures. So I think we could definitely have an interesting conversation about them one day.
Did you excuse me, did you ever listen to that band Internal Bleeding? It was like New York death metal.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. I think I remember in the 90s having a CD of theirs, and it was so ignorant, and they had like a really pingy snare. Is that what you're talking about with the hardcore?
Oh yeah, yes. Internal Bleeding definitely has a trash can snare. Yeah.
Okay, trash can. Yeah, that's what that makes me think of.
Yeah, those early, and that's become its own thing too. What is it? Those New York death metal. There's this. Is it Entorturement? I think that's one of the. Dude, that's not
a stupid fucking name. I love it.
That's not my scene, so I'm not too familiar. I think that's a band. Let me look that up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was right. Entorturement is Long Island, New York, brutal death metal. Yeah, so I was right.
Man.
Listen to the lyrical themes on Metallum. Thuggery.
I got some good friends and I don't know why my fucking voice cracks on this show. I got some good friends on Long Island.
Oh, so hell yeah. You should ask him about it.
I'll have to ask him about it. Entorturement, is that what you said? Yeah,
but listen to their lyrical themes are thuggery, death, mutilation, violence.
Oh, I'm a fan of all those things.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Thuggery was a band. I was getting excited. Any band named Thuggery. But in Entorturement, yeah, I'll have to check that out, man.
But they have a very trash can snare on their production. But I think we've kind of drifted far away from. So let's give kind of our we can talk some more after this, but let's give our concluding thoughts on La Sanie.
La Sanie de siècles Paniac I can't even pretend to know what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, we're dumb Americans. We apologize, fam. And seriously, we respect you a lot. We are not trying to.
I can't do it, man.
Yeah,
I can't pronounce. I don't do it just. I don't even like to try. I was thinking about this earlier, like those stupid fucking chefs and people in like restaurants that they have like the same accent as me, but they pronounce something in Spanish or Italian.
Oh, it's performative as fuck.
Yeah, I fucking hate that. Like some woman today, I heard she was saying, "Oh yes, I'm making a nice picadillo." Like, come on, man, you don't fucking say that, dude. Like, that's how I feel when I try to pronounce these things because I'm just butchering a beautiful language, man.
Yeah, so we're two dumb Americans trying to pronounce these complex French words. So we apologize, but all that to say is this is a monumental record. It's a classic. I'd say it's a classic, 100%.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I mean the fucking, I mean even the lyrics are literally from classic. I just read this again, dumb American. The lyrics for Le Mort Joyeux and Spleen are taken from works of Charles Baudelaire. So, like, you know, no wonder they're amazing. You know, they took stuff from classic French poets. So, but yeah, they are. It's definitely a legendary album, a classic French black metal album and people kind of like think French black metal is Les Legions Noir, and that's fine. That stuff is fantastic, but this is different, you know, and it's very much its own thing. And I'm glad there's not a ton of bands that sound like this because it takes away from the masters, you know. Oh yeah,
100%. I think it would kind of if a band. I mean, there's been bands, and one of the, I wouldn't say they try. I mean, Baz Mahesh is obviously influenced by KPN, but they're kind of their own thing. And there's maybe like a pocket of bands that have done the KPN sound, but there's no one that has done it better or is even come close to.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as eloquent.
As the originality of KPN.
Because it's if you like I said this on the Absurd episode, I don't care if it's sloppy. It's the intention behind it, and like Famine, his guitar playing is fantastic. It's not sloppy, but even if it was, it would still be just as good. Like, I don't mind sloppy as long as it's good and catchy and there's thought and feeling behind it. And everything on this album is like that. Everything they do is like that. I mean, even the earliest stuff like Aryan Supremacy is super just, it's different. You know, there's nothing that's like it. It's completely original.
Yeah, and I think there could have been a reality where all the elements that were brought in to make the sound of this record were done in a poorly executed way, and the vision was not met. So yeah. I think that's a testament to the talent of his songwriting, because he was able to weave in all these different various elements and like mold the Peste Noire sound that has carried them throughout their career. And it obviously it's been the template to where he's been able to shove his other interests or his different influences in, but it's always retained that KPN black metal sound. And this is their black metal record. All their other stuff you could say like avant-garde or like experimental, whatever, but this is unavowedly a pure black metal record.
I don't know, man. I think Folk Fuck Folly is pretty much in the same veins as this one, though, isn't it?
It is. I think that was when he started experimenting with a little more of the folk elements. It's definitely more present on, at least to me. And I need to revisit that, but from my memory, that's when the folk elements kind of became more in the forefront. Whereas on this record, they were kind of accents to the black metal.
Yeah, because I told you this before, and I'll just go ahead and say it. Like, I have the Plague Doctor from the cover of Folk Folly tattooed on my arm, and I love that album so much. I'm not sure if that was original artwork for that, but that album, that's probably my favorite from them. That one and the first one, I like them about the same. I'll say that. I like that one, the first one and the second, Folk Fuck Folly, about the same. Lorraine is really, really good, but I still consider those two albums as part of the first era, and that's when they kind of switched over, like with ballad they kind of switched over to the more super like experimental and doing a little bit more. It got a little prettier, it got a little cleaner, like the production got a little cleaner. So there's nothing wrong with that. They do it correctly, but yeah, I mean,
it's cleaner but not polished.
Right. It's just it was probably a technology just advanced. I mean, we're talking about just a few years, but from 2006 to 2009, I mean, that's only 3 years, but that's a big jump in technology, and there's no telling what kind of gear you could switch and use around, but and it also depends on the studio and the engineer too. But that early sound, I love from them. It's kind of necro. That word gets like kind of like tossed around too much, but it definitely has like that necro vibe still being pretty. That's such a like a plain word to use, but some of the stuff is so beautiful. It's pretty sounding, and the guitar
it definitely fits.
It's tasteful.
Yeah.
The guitar playing is it's pretty, but it's tasteful, and it doesn't come across as like it's trying to be beautiful music. It sounds like KPN,
Yeah, it's effortless and its beauty,
that's a better word.
It's if it was trying to be, it almost come across as cheesy, because you could I mentioned this before, but there is a reality where if it was done in a not so tasteful way, it would have come across as almost like melancholic or like melodramatic almost, because it was like, okay, this is too much, but it's just the right amount of those elements to where it comes across in a cohesive way.
Absolutely. I mean, it's they're a perfect. Well, I won't say they're a perfect band. I think they put out some perfect music, and they've got some stuff that it may take me a while. I may go back and listen to the Split album, like with the hip hop stuff.
Yeah, the black metal material on that record is awesome. The Owl Arms and then the Song Viking. Those two tracks are phenomenal.
I mean, I think I have it. And I want to say the same thing happened with the what's the one that with like I always think of the French Revolution on the cover. It's like it's just the colors of the French flag. Is that it's the one after the one the La Chasse or whatever? No, maybe not. Maybe it's
because there's the L'Odeur.
That one.
Yeah.
I want to say there was some stuff on that one that was really good.
That's like their noisiest one, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like that's their most like crazy
it.
record.
Yeah, I that's probably why I like that one's an hour long too, man. That's only 5 songs. Jesus Christ, there's some long fucking songs on there.
I actually have that LP too. See.
Wow, yeah, that's beautiful, man. I really like that cover art. It's I guess that is the French Revolution. Just or maybe
and this is the 2021 record.
Oh,
yeah, this one is awesome. I love this record. I would definitely check out the Return of the Shepherds.
There is a song on L'Ordre called Pig, Carrots, and the Turd Sisters. I've got to listen to this shit again, man. I like. I'm looking at the translation on Metal Archives.
Oh yeah, it's always interesting looking at the English translations of these song titles.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really. I mean, that's probably. I mean, Pig, Carrots, and the Turd Sisters. That's there's not many things you could go wrong there. That's pretty.
And from my.
Go ahead. Sorry.
From my memory, that record, the L'Odeur, that was kind of like that was a critical darling when that came out. Like a lot of some even like mainstream metal outlets were reviewing that record, which was interesting. Just because I think that was 2011. That might have been when.
Has it been that long? Shit. Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah. Certain outlets were trying to play with, okay, we're going to start reviewing some black metal stuff. But I always remember this record got a lot of press when it came out.
I bet Anthony Fantano loved it on the Needle Drop.
I think he actually did review. He reviewed this one and the I think, and he actually deleted them because people were giving him shit.
Yeah, his little darlings. Okay, so I was talking about Carrots and a second ago. It reminded me of that band Lugubrum or Lugubrum. Do you like that band?
Yeah.
That
sick
fucking band that's another band that's got similar. I've always thought that KPN and Lugubrum have shared that.
Yeah, it's like
vibe.
rural.
It's not, yeah, very definitely rural, but they don't sound alike. But it's got that same attitude, and Lugubrum, they're not nationalists, but they've definitely they're Flemish. They're from Belgium. Yeah, those guys are fucking awesome. That's an interesting band. They kind of went off the rails. They lost me at some point, but man, those guys. If you like early KPN stuff, that's kind of crazy. You should definitely check them out. And it's but they've got. Like they've got, have you seen that shit where like if they've got an album cover or maybe it was a patch that came with it, it's just like an arm with like holding a fucking carrot. I don't know what the carrot thing is with that band, dude. It's probably just the rural farmers or something. But
No, I don't.
yeah, it's fucking, that band rules, man. Everything they did up to a point is fucking amazing. Like everything up to 2007 at least. So, and they may have put out some stuff. They have put out stuff since then, but the early stuff is so fucking good. So
I'll have to revisit that band. It's been a long time
Yeah.
since I've listened to them.
the Alchemist LP on Paniac was fucking amazing. I think that got reissued by I don't know this label, Death Heads. But I've got the Paniac press of Alchemist, and it's got this weird almost like Salvador Dali type cover, but it's just bizarre, dude. Very, very rural. It's rural black metal. They call it brown metal. And
They
it's
have that
probably
one
brown because
split
of the
where it's like a
dirt.
peasant shitting.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So wait, who is that with?
It's
Let me see.
Lugubrum, Botulism, and Trist Saison.
Oh, well, that's those
that a-
bands.
Is it a
Yeah, it's a
three-way
three-way
split?
split. Yeah,
Yeah.
that came out on newer. Oh, that's newer. That came out last year. Is it that new?
Yeah, it's on New Era.
Which is botulism? Oh,
I'm actually
wow.
not familiar
That's
with
the
those
same
other two bands.
botulism. I remember when botulism came out in '98. I have that promo, and that shit's nasty. That was really fucking nasty. It's like bonkers. And those that's cool. That makes sense that they're on a split with those guys. Is that new material or is it?
I actually don't know.
Okay. Well,
I remember seeing this cover hit the distros.
yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's fucking awesome. It's like black and white, very plain. He's pooping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It
brown
fits
metal
perfectly
indeed.
with their aesthetic.
So recorded back. Yeah, it looks like it's newer. Shit, that's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out, man. Yeah, I love weird black metal that does that without trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't come
comes
across as
natural.
like pedantic or something. Where
Yeah.
you can tell when it's a natural fit for a band and they're not trying to be offensive or try hard. You know.
Yeah, that's the true avant-garde to me when it comes across and it's off-putting and it's natural. when
Yeah,
it's
that's
not,
true.
you
That's
know?
like true outsider art.
Yeah, it takes you out of your comfort zone, even in a genre that you like. You know, it takes you outside of that. That's probably why I didn't like the Diapsacqueer stuff, is because I wasn't quite ready to let go of like orthodox black metal stuff. I mean, that was even 2014 or something. I think like I was just pissed off anytime anyone tried to do anything different, you know. So, but I've lightened up a little bit since then, so I'll give it a try. But anyway, you should definitely revisit Lugubrum because they've got that kind of rural vibe, but it's raw. Their early stuff's a little too raw, and it doesn't really do anything for me. But like they got really, really fucking bizarre, and the guitar playing's crazy. And it's interesting. It's interesting music to listen to.
Are they one of those bands that like incorporates like strange instruments?
I don't think so. Maybe here and there, but no, not on purpose. It's pretty.
Okay.
It's pretty stripped down. You know, it's guitar and guitar and drums and vocals, just like everything. It's normal rock stuff. So.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've listened to them, but I'll
revisit
revisit
them,
them
man.
this week.
Yeah, it's they're one of those bands where like I spent so much time with their stuff, and it's like special, you know, when you go back to listen to it. Like that Alchemist LP is so fucking good, and I'm kind of glad that it didn't get reissued and like spammed and fucking like exploited, like all those labels in this country that do that, and like it just takes it away from it, becomes a product, man. So Like, yeah, it looks like they just did. Yeah, there's some saxophone sometimes, but like it's not like goofy, you know. So it's I don't know. It's definitely worth checking out. So if you can do that and it's not like trying to be jazz, then it's interesting. So
yeah, I'll check out the that Alchemist LP.
yeah, it's really really good, and that label is one of the last ones to do it, man. Paniac. Do you know those guys or that? Well, Fred Dreesens is his name, but I don't know if he's still around doing stuff. But are you familiar with that label?
Yeah, I know the name. As far as like actual like releases, I don't think I own anything.
Yeah, he's
from
true diehard,
Paniac.
man. True diehard. I'll tell you some stuff off the air as it were, some private information. But he's a fucking real one, man. He put out some really really good stuff, and is one of those labels like Somber where like you could send off for. You could just send the guy like $100 and be like, send me what you're gonna do, you know, your next few LPs.
That's awesome.
Like, and he put out a lot of US bands too.
Like Judas Iscariot.
He put out Judas Iscariot and he put out Sarcophagus, which is the same guy. But but he put out everything from death metal to doom to just like really weird black metal and stuff. So
I think that's how I knew about that. The Paniac Records name was the Judas Iscariot releases.
yeah. But like he's reissued some stuff too. Like he reissued the Thurgathon album, Stream from the Heavens, in 2004, I think. Yeah, and like that's been reissued a couple times, but his version was probably my favorite reissue. But yeah, that guy, that label is one of the ones like Somber, where like you could. Even if it wasn't a band you liked, like most, I'm looking through what he's done now, and I own most of these, and even the ones that I don't like that much are still fucking great.
Yeah, it seems like he stopped releasing stuff around like 2007.
Yeah, that makes sense. Probably because I mean, same thing as me. I fucking hate the scene.
Lost interest. Yeah.
Well, he reissued the Hearst stuff on vinyl for the first time.
Oh, cool.
Like he did All Soon to Be Dead, like the demos or whatever. He did that stuff like in 2003. That stuff was not fucking cool back then, man.
No.
You know what I mean? Like there was no social media. I mean, there probably was, but it was not fucking cool to put out Hearst, you know? So, and it was that's so fucking ballsy of him. So, but yeah, Fred is a real one.
I was actually revisiting Hearst over the last couple of weeks from our GBK discussion. Dude, what a unique band.
Yeah, I mean, I gave the newer one another chance. I didn't really like it at first. The last one that came out with Galal on vocals, or no, I'm sorry, on guitar. But I listened to it again, and we had this conversation about I think we did about Crucifier and how. It was it was one of those things where like you revisit it and it's really good, like but like the Hearst stuff I revisited, like I've always liked it, but it really came back to me how much I really fucking liked the Hearst stuff, and so with that attitude I took that into listening to that newest one, and it was good. It's a little different because it's a different guitar player, but it's still very very good, and anything with Kaz is going to be fucking killer for the most part. Anything with Kaz. So
yeah, I need to check out that one that Paniac did, the All Soon to Be Dead.
Well, it's been reissued under another name. If you have the Hearst stuff, it's just the I think it was just called something else. The Deadest Demos. Like
it's a compilation, right?
Yeah, Is
it different versions or is it just the two demos?
It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff on the Deadest Demos that I thought Sinistrari put it out. Did they do that? I guess not. Yeah, it's the same stuff. It was just called All Soon to Be Dead, which is I think a song by Hearst. But yeah, it's
he put out Wormflam. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. I mean that shit rules.
Damn, Do you have Tomb of the Ancient King?
Yes, sir.
Damn, dude, that's been on my want list forever. I
got their demos or their demo. Let me go to fucking Wormflim. I got their demo and their fucking album and rehearsals and stuff from the band. I'm not gonna tell. I'll tell you off air how, But I got those albums in advance of those before they came out, and like from the band directly, and that shit was so fucking crazy. Like I hadn't heard anything like that's really good funeral doom, and that stuff is incredible. And I guess those go for like big prices now, don't
they? They do, yeah. So I almost pulled the trigger on a copy last summer, and I was like, but then I haven't been able to try. But all that to say, it's been one of my most. I've been looking for that record for a long time.
I'm trying to find. Hang on, I'm looking up. Which one did he do?
Tomb of the Ancient
I have
King.
them. Okay, what's the other one came out on? I think Rusty Crowbar. Like there's an album and a demo. The album is like in an excruciating way. It's a really fucking long
in an excruciating way, infested with vermin and violated by executioners who practice incendiarism and desanctifying the pious.
Yeah, I've got that's the one I have the advance for, and or the tape version, and they put the advance of the other one or something like that. But I'll send you pictures of the tape. But
I love how Wormflim literally did a demo full length, and that's it.
Yep, that's it, man.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
I don't need any more Wormflim. I met those guys on one of their other bands when they were on tour, and I was like, they were stoked that I was at the show, but I was like, yeah, this is really good, man, but like, can we talk about fucking Wormflim, dude? And he's like, oh, you like that stuff? I was like, absolutely. Like, yes, that shit is so fucking sick, man. It's incredible. And like, I is that stuff cool now? Like, the people decide that's like,
it's in very niche circles. It's cool.
Okay. And I don't mean a bad thing by that, but like, did someone?
It's like, a cult. It's a cult band for sure now.
Because like, I hate to see that, go for like hundreds of dollars or something.
No, here's the thing. The people, it's being passed around between the same group of people basically, because it has like a very the people who are in, it's a very limited audience for that band, but the people that like that band are dedicated, so they're willing to spend at least someone like I would spend a decent amount of money if it was a good copy from someone I trusted, but all that they're not a hype band. No.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's good. I mean, how could you be?
Right.
How could that band get? Okay, so I'm looking at this copy of the first one. It's a demo, I guess, but I consider it an album because it's 32 minutes. But in an excruciating way, this is the version I have. It says the median is $83 and the highest was $355. That's fucking ridiculous, dude.
And it's only been released on cassette, right?
Yeah. No, it's out on vinyl. It's on vinyl.
Oh, it is?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. It came out on Rusty Crowbar.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Let's see. It came out twice. It got reissued twice by the same label.
Oh, that's the one that has like the brownish cover.
Yeah. And it's they split it, and they split it up over they split it up over two sides. It's one song, but they split it over. That one you can get for a decent price. I think I'm looking at that now, but it said somebody's selling it for $100. That's ridiculous. Or $80. Ugh, that was like $15 when it came out, man.
Yeah, and I bet it sat for a while too.
Oh, I'm sure no one wanted that. It was Rusty Crowbar. Like I think Rusty Crowbar is in Israel, which I had to mail something to fucking Israel recently. That's a fucking process. And like, let me see, Rusty Crowbar. Oh, they're from Finland. Jesus Christ, I was off on that. Sorry, Rusty Crowbar.
Whoops.
Jeez, man, I must offer you my most solemn fucking apologies. Yeah, that's it says I bet that's Miko. I bet that's Miko from fucking Northern Heritage. But yeah, I don't know where I got Israel from. Maybe somebody that told me that was joking.
That's
from
crazy.
Israel. But their prices weren't really Israeli. But Rusty Crowbar was cool. I remember when it came out because somebody in the state, it might have been Hell's Headbangers even.
That sounds about right. They used to, Hell's Headbangers, and dude. Okay, so, I want to do an episode on like distros because I think that would be such a cool topic to discuss. Of like, at least at like the mid to like early 2000s, the metal web sphere. I think there's so many cool distros and websites that are no longer around that I kind of just want to pick your brain, because you were definitely more involved in the scene than I was in any way, because I was a child. But I still bought from like, I think the first time I ordered from Hell's Headbangers was like 2006 or something. So
yeah, they've been around a long time. I have my feelings about those guys. I don't want to say anything bad. I don't want to say bad things about people that are doing things, but like I don't know, like they have a really good distro. I mean, I ordered something from them recently, like since our last episode. We were talking about Masochist, and
I think they just got Masochist stuff in today, and Winds of the Black Mountain.
I got I have the collection CD from Moribund, which was nice to have because my other stuff is on tapes and 7 inches and stuff. But like, it was it's nice to have that. But they had the vinyl, and like, it's one of those things, I don't need to have that on vinyl, but I got so fucking like autistic about it. Like, I got really hyped up about Masochist, and some friends of ours that listen to that know us in real life, they were like, holy shit, you said you were talking about Masochist, and I was like, yeah. I was like, oh man, I need to revisit it. So I did too, and so I just got, you revisit a band and it's like they don't have new shit, so you just want to buy another format. Like, I was a total consumer.
Yeah, and it feels like a new experience with the record.
So they had the Masochist collection or history on vinyl, and I normally don't like to buy colored vinyl because it sounds bad. That's just the truth. Like, it doesn't sound, especially red, it doesn't sound good. But they had it at Hell's Headbangers, and it came out on a really, really fucking unfortunate label. And that's probably why I didn't buy it when it came out. But now I just don't give a shit. Fuck that guy. But like, it's he's not gonna hear this, so I don't give a fuck. But like, the art in that is so fucking killer. I wanted it like big. I wanted the big art. Yeah. And it only came out on Black Galaxy vinyl, so it's like a red and black splatter. But I still want it, man, just because that's such an important fucking band. And they had it. That's the only people that had it, man. And
they have so much, especially for Euro stuff. Now I've noticed they've started going heavy on the Euro imports, which is really cool.
Yeah. Well, they know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, Bestial Rape is from the United States, but he just but no one else really had it. So, but that came out a few years ago. My friend was surprised that because he bought it too, and he was like, I can't believe that's around. Like, I think that they may have just gotten it, and it just, it probably just sat there.
It might have been like old stock or something.
Yeah, but I'm glad. I mean, I paid a little bit for it, but it was worth it. I mean, I'm stoked. It should be here. I probably would have had it by now with the fucking snow and ice apocalypse that came through. But
yeah, dude, I'm waiting on like 8 things to come in.
Yeah, me too.
Because I soy boyed out, and I was bored. I was like, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy like a bunch of epic CDs and be a consumer. And
dude, if you're into buying CDs, buy all the fucking Winds of Black Mountains and buy I mean, unfortunately, you have to order it from Moribund. Like, that label's kind of whatever these days, but like back in the day, that was a killer fucking distro. Mm-hmm. And he used to get all the really good underground demos and shit, but he's got all of his CDs are pretty cheap, and he's got all the Masochist and Winds of the Black Mountain stuff. He's got I did order, that was another thing I soy boyed out too. There's Winds of the Black Mountains that I missed that came out a couple years ago that I think what's his name died. I forget his I'm a fucking poser. I forget his fucking name. From Winds of the Black Mountains. Yeah, he passed away, and this came out posthumously. Like, so let me find it. It's got really bad like early internet fucking graphics. We were talking about
that's some of my favorite stuff, though.
Yeah, you would love this.
The bad Photoshop, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta find the name of this album because you will love it. Do you have anything by Wind of the Black Mountains?
No, not physically. No,
dude, that stuff is so bon. You would love that, and it's not a thing where like. I think you're a poser. I think it's... No,
I mean, I'm familiar with Winds of the Black. I've listened to them plenty. I just don't own them physically.
Yeah, that stuff is so... It's really outsider shit. It's bizarre. Mm-hmm. What is this called? Okay, it's called Summoned by Shadows. That it's a collection of older tracks and stuff that they had recorded, but it's got the early. It's definitely got a GeoCities vibe to it, man.
Oh hell yeah!
So, like, if this was a website, there would be the little twirling fucking
Or like the
little skulls and the 3D.
Yeah,
pentagram.
the spinning pentagram with the skull making the devil horns.
That's almost what this cover is, man. So I didn't have that one, so I had to consume it. But there's like there's so much like bonus shit. There's 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's some of my favorite stuff
tracks,
about.
But there's like 20 bonus tracks, dude.
Dude, I was just because I had been so checked out of CDs for so long, but I was like, dude, that's one of the best parts of, because vinyl is like such a finite, medium. Like you can only hold so much media or data on an LP, but on a CD you can pack. So they can throw demos on there. They can throw live sets. They can throw like a ton of extra shit on a CD, which is, and we talked about this previously, is that it's interesting how the length of CDs has expanded over the years. Like it used to be what was the limit, like 50 minutes or something, and now it's up to like 2 hours or some shit.
I think you're going a little far, man. I think when it first came out, when CDs first came out, I think there were like 71 minutes or 72 minutes.
Yeah.
Someone spurged out in the comments when it was awesome. They were like, "This is what it's up to now, and this is why." Like it was. Oh,
I saw that. Why. Yeah.
And I should know that stuff. I just don't. I don't work with digital audio that much. So like, but yeah, it's gotten longer, and I'm sure it's a compression rating, but I think it still sounds better than like compressed vinyl, because vinyl is obviously it's pretty primitive if you think about it. I mean, if it's one of those things where like you ponder, if you get stoned, you like, man, it's just a needle in a fucking groove, man.
Yeah, I've thought about that too. Like, how does this work?
It's pretty insane. It's pretty fucking brilliant. Whoever, the invention of it. So you have to compress it in some ways, but there are ways around it. And metal, especially black metal, like frequencies don't sound that good when they get compressed. But like that's why classical music and jazz sounds amazing on vinyl, because there's more. You don't have to compress it, and classical music especially sounds fantastic on vinyl, and just old records always sound better, because I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like I have some old country records that sound so fucking good and so loud, and it's the flimsiest records. It's the same with, and these came out in like the 50s.
Oh yeah, I have some of those like wafer thin LPs.
Yeah,
that you literally feel like
great.
If you breathe on them wrong, they're gonna crack.
Yeah, and it sounds fantastic.
Yep.
So but it's crazy. Oh, okay, yeah, you definitely need to get the Wind of the Black Mountains, the Summoned by Shadows. The bonus tracks are worth it alone. It's got the unreleased material. It's got unreleased stuff from the album, and then it's also got a Beharit cover, the 7 inches of bonus track, and the demo, and then an unreleased track. So yeah, you should definitely get that, man. But Moribund has got that stuff, and it's pretty cheap if you're gonna go CD maxing. So, but I like CDs, man. I buy CDs still. But
I love that cover too, with the guy and the demon goat guy.
Yeah,
sitting
it's
in the
total GeoCities, man.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
GeoCities. It's the GeoCities art. It looks like total shit, but I love it. It's fantastic. It's
they had a cool logo too.
Oh, one of the best logos, man. So I wonder who did that. Let's look. Oh, it doesn't say. I wonder if he did it. I just can't stress enough how important Masochist is. But if you're not familiar and you listen to this, you should check it out. We'll probably eventually do a U.S. black metal episode. I'll have some real strong fucking opinions that will probably ruffle some feathers. But I mean, it's an important scene. We have some of the most important. People hate on Profanatica now, but I mean, Paul Ledney's kind of become a joke in my opinion. But back in the day, Profanatica was the band, and so was Masochist, just like Vaughn. But Vaughn was just the first one to get really, really exploited and fucking made into a consumer fucking product, and like it's like girlfriend metal now. But fucking Profanatica is so important. Early Profanatica, I can't stress that enough. Like early Profanatica, and Vaughn, and I can't even listen to Vaughn now after what happened to them. But like Masochist, Profanatica, all that stuff. And have you ever heard Malfeitor? Malfeitor.
Yeah.
That band fucking rules. No one talks about that, and I'm glad, because if people start talking about it, some shit label will put it out with a Die Hard and a sticker and a picture disc and all this stuff. And it doesn't need that, man. It doesn't need that. That band is so fucking good. Let's see, where are they from? They're from DC. Fuck yeah. It's death thrash, but it sounds like black metal. Necrovore is another one.
Yeah,
Necrovore
Texas.
is yes, yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, it's Texas. It's like that's the band. That's another one. That's
like the ultimate demo band.
Yeah, man. They put out a demo and it was great. That was Paul Ledney said that was his. He said that was his biggest influence. Is Necrovore.
They put out 2 demos.
I forget the other one he said, but Necrovore is the shit. So like Malfeitor, like that stuff is so fucking good. It's in that same vein, you know, but it's so good. And that stuff came out of the States, and that was rare back then, you know, because metal was always bigger in Europe. But we had thrash here, but the darker stuff was just as good in my opinion. So it's Bay Area. Anyway,
yeah, we should do kind of like a there's a lot of different thought topics we should cover. Kind of like, I think like thrash that influenced black metal could be a really good topic. And then also like proto, someone suggested this in the comments on one of our but proto black metal, and there's so many bands that we could talk about.
What's
with
proto
that.
black metal? God, why is my voice cracking so much?
It's basically I wouldn't say first wave black, but think like Venom,
like
Merciful
Sodom?
Fate.
Okay.
Sodom,
yeah. Oh, okay.
All that.
Was it you I was talking to? Yeah, we were talking about Merciful Fate and King Diamond like the other day.
Oh yeah, I've been revisiting all the King Diamond band
Absolutely.
LPs.
Incredible.
Them, Abigail Conspiracy, The Eye. I think The Eye is where I stop with King Diamond stuff.
Yeah, that what's the one with the skull on the cover? I'm not gonna say why we were talking about that, but it's just got this. Is it Time? Is that the name of that one?
9. No. That's a Merciful Fate record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that one's called. I think that one might be just called Time. Let's see.
Hang on, I gotta look where my cutoff is with King Diamond. It's all good. Like I told you in our private conversation.
Yeah, that record's called Time, the one with the skull on it. Yeah, see, I was right. I always second guess myself, but then I'm like, oh no, I was right. Okay,
The Eye. I think The Eye is my cutoff too.
That's like the purple one. Yeah, that has some really cool like synth parts on that.
Spider's Lullaby was okay.
Dude, it gets real styro after that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Abigail
fucking styro,
2. Ugh.
Yeah, I was about to say Abigail 2 is fucking terrible.
I actually do like Voodoo though. Voodoo is okay.
Man, it is fucking crazy to see that The Eye came out in 1990. Holy shit. Okay, so The Eye, that album, I didn't like it. And I think it was around 1997, my girlfriend at the time was like, hey man, you don't, what the fuck is wrong with you? She basically called me out. She's like, you don't like the fucking Eye? And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of my cutoff was them. And I didn't even really like Conspiracy that much. It was okay. Now, of course, I love it, but
yeah, that's one of his best.
I was always more Merciful Fate, but she was like, she called me out on The Eye, and I revisited it, and then I went back to the Conspiracy, and it was so fucking good. And but The Eye, I think The Eye might be the cutoff, and other people will say different shit. But where I was going with this, we were talking about this a couple years ago. I think it was for, I forget. He was touring, but I don't think there was an album out. Was it? It was like there was like a theme of like a hospital.
Yeah. Masquerade of Madness, maybe. Was
something,
that it?
man. But Jesus Christ, dude, we went to go see.
Oh, St. Lucifer's Hospital, was that the theme? I saw him on that tour.
Let me see. Let me see.
Was it the 2019 tour?
I think so. It may have been before. It may have been before COVID.
Yeah, it was the 2019 tour. I saw him on that tour.
Yeah, man, me and a bunch of friends, we traveled a few hours to see them at this. We went specifically so we could go to this city. It had a beautiful theater, and I've seen him a few times over the years just as King Diamond. That still in 2019 is one of the, and everyone agreed, was one of the best shows ever I've ever fucking seen. He still had it, and he's still just absolutely incredible. Now I have heard that since then, like and more recently, it's not the same.
The energy is kind of gone. Yeah,
I'll give him that, but then it was just as good as when I saw him. I think it was in. I think I saw him in Memphis in like the early 90s of all places, Memphis in a tiny. Yeah, I remember. I saw it was either BB King's or somewhere on Beale Street. I traveled. That was another one I had to drive a long fucking way to see. And it was awesome. It was in a small club, but
what year was that?
I don't know, man.
Because I have a bootleg tape that it has Detroit, Michigan from 1998. King Diamond.
Maybe. I mean, it was. I remember it was.
I think that was on the Voodoo tour.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It may have been before that. What was the one album before? It might have been for the Graveyard, though. I think it was for the Graveyard tour.
Okay.
Because I remember the stage antics. But he was so fucking good in 2019. Everybody in the band, fantastic.
That was awesome. I remember that performance. It was great.
His girlfriend or his wife, or they had some girl that was there. Usually that stuff is kind of goofy when they have people like dressed up and like where they're trying to like sell sex. You know what I mean? Like try to get the crowd with like a girl.
I feel like he's always done that though.
Yeah, but it can come across as cheesy. But man, he nailed it. Then like it was fucking perfect. It was killer. The stage set was it was amazing. Like it was set up like a mental hospital or something. And oh my god, dude, it was just one of the best to ever do it. Fucking King Diamond, man.
Did you see Merciful Fate when they toured back in 2022?
I've never seen Fate, man. I was really bummed when I missed that tour. I think it was work or I was sick or something. But I really wanted to see it because they had the original lineup. Right? Like, is that the, I wanted to see that, man. Cause we talked about that, like how much I fucking love, Melissa and, the self-titled. And it's just, it's like that's what evil heavy metal should sound like.
Oh yeah.
If there's heavy metal, but then you have like the evil heavy metal. Like if you're going to be into that shit, like that should be the band that all the memes are based out of. You know what I mean? Like, of course, everybody doesn't like it because of the vocals, but once you get into it, like he couldn't sing any other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's nothing better than when he hits that falsetto live. It's so sick.
It's fantastic, man. And he's influenced everybody, you know, from fucking, I mean, all the bands. So I think Fate is just as important. And this is saying something. Merciful Fate is just as important as the whole of the new wave of British heavy metal scene, and that's a lot of bands. So I don't know if you like any of that stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm huge.
I love that shit.
New wave.
But like that, I think Fate, like on his own, like or on their own, was maybe more influential just because of the fucking. Just the amount of people that just totally pray. I mean, I've been all over the world and there's always fans of Fate. Like I used to go to fests like down in Texas and stuff like the Sacrifice of the Nazarene Child. And there would be Mexican guys there and they were so fucking into Fate and King Diamond, man. Like those Mexican people, they used to have this, Mexican metalheads always had the best bootlegs and the best, most fanatical fucking fans. Why do you think bands like Graveland and who else has played down there? Fucking, I know some bigger black metal bands have gone and played Mexico.
Satanic Warmaster.
Yeah, like they know it's the fanaticism, man. It's fucking insane. It's nothing. There's nothing like it. So I don't know.
If you look at a lot of the stats on Spotify, like the most listened, like where what cities black metal bands are listened to the most, Mexico City is always like in the top 3.
Oh wow, yeah, Mexico City. People don't realize. I think they think of Mexico and they just think of like shithole areas around the border. But like Mexico City is a really nice city. You know what I mean? It's like a modern, really nice, beautiful city, and like it's and yeah, there's a lot of shit. It's just I don't know why it just seems like there's such a barrier. Probably our government and like so many bad things happen in South America. It just seems like really fucking hard to travel down there. You know, like I don't want to get fucking killed or kidnapped. So
Yeah, a lot of bands do play there though. Still,
yeah, I mean, I would do it in a heartbeat. So
I think Blasphemy played Juarez like a couple years ago.
Yeah, they played Brazil too, which makes sense. But Jesus Christ, can you imagine seeing Blasphemy in Juarez, Mexico?
That would be.
I would rather see them in Juarez, Mexico in 1991 or 92, which didn't happen, but like then now. Like,
yeah, I feel like they're kind of like just going through the motions now.
going
Just
through the
they want a
motions.
paycheck.
I think we added it up, and they were like, they have like under an hour's worth of music for their entire career.
Yep.
And it's just been exploited into. It's just another. It's like a playing card. Might as well sell the shit at Walmart now. Fallen Angel of Doom, cool. So, like back in the day, like that shit was not easy to find, and a lot of people didn't have it. And there were so many bootlegs. I used to have a collection separate of Blasphemy that was just bootleg CDs, like just different versions.
Do you have the Wild Rags version?
Yeah, I have I have 3 different Wild Rags. I don't know which one's fucking real, man. So, I mean, and there's some that are obvious bootlegs, but there's some really good bootlegs back then too. So, but
yeah, the stories
anyway.
I've heard about Wild Rags is that he just was he would always stiff bands or like take forever to get stuff out to people. And it was
What a great fucking he's put out some legendary stuff though, man. Like
if you look at his roster, it's like holy shit.
yeah. I mean, he put out some crazy, like all kinds of stuff, some legendary, even funeral doom and black and death metal and stuff too. But like, yeah, he's kind of had I think Blasphemy was one of the only bands that kind of called him out on that. There was like this story that they found him or something, and they went to his shop, or I don't know if he had a shop or something, but they found the guy, and some Asperger's fucking autist will correct me the details, but like they like confronted him and was like they like took the money out of his cash register or out of his or he was at a show or something. There's like, you owe us this much money, so they just took it from him.
Yeah, because he had a shop, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I was in California, so like I wasn't old enough to travel back to that far away. I would drive anywhere within 8 hours, but California was always too far away.
We'll have to put a stamp to be like, this is when our KPN review ends right here. So if you're only interested in listening to our KPN stuff, stop right here.
Just riffing, but I mean that's fine, man. It's historical stuff, so
exactly.
It's fine. But
cool. Well, I think we've pretty much covered everything we wanted to in this episode.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
another good chat, man. So I think we'll talk offline for next episode. But thanks,
literally
everyone.
No idea what's going on. Like we had an idea for this one. And then you did you said was the poll private? Do we need
No, it was on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, like they
you guys wanted it. You did the voting, so we did KPN.
Yeah, it was between that or Thousands. This record or Thousand Swords. So eventually we'll cover Thousand Swords.
Yeah. That album's equally as important, probably more important to me. But it was a good one. You totally threw me for a loop, and I was not expecting that. I was like, we're gonna do KPN's first album. I was like, all right. So but it was good. It was good, man. I like it. And we definitely like the suggestions of the stuff, because that. I mean, and getting a little fruity and consumerist with like, it's because of you we know what you want to hear, so let us know. But I do really appreciate the comments. Like it's cool to listen to them, because I'll learn shit that I didn't know, and I get corrected, which is good. I don't have a fucking ego about that stuff, so like it's cool to get corrected, and it's cool to hear like people seem to dig the podcast. So that's very endearing to me. I like that. I like that people are enjoying what we're doing, because there's no planning. We're just fucking a couple. Yeah,
this is all riffing. So I think sometimes if I misremember a album name or a year or something, it's just because it's a lot harder to remember stuff when you're on the spot than when you're just shooting the shit out of the show.
I think it's better because it's more genuine. It would be bullshit if we said if that's what I don't like about that stuff, man. If it's so like just overdone, overthought, It's just too much overthinking and too pristine. Like that just takes away. It's not what I would want to hear. It's not what I want to hear in music. So why would I want to hear that in a fucking show or a podcast? So,
it's all about authenticity, man.
yeah. It's on the spot. It's fucking real. We'll tell you. And if we're wrong, we're wrong. So, but anyway, thanks people that are listening. And,
thank you.
I'm glad you're enjoying. The GBK episode was very, very fun.
Yeah, that was a great conversation. So we will be back in 2 weeks with another album review.
All right. See ya.